Okay, na? Right. Good afternoon, everyone. Today you people have written grand test number 3. So we should go through this paper thoroughly and you will get a clarity regarding this paper. See, question number 91, amma. Everybody should listen my words carefully. Question number 91, statement 1. Lichens can be used as industrial pollution indicators. Lichens can be used as industrial pollution indicators. Absolutely correct. Statement 2. Embryological evidences were approved by Ernest Haeckel. Embryological evidences were approved by Ernest Haeckel. Absolutely correct. No ambiguity at all. Here embryological evidences were approved by Ernest Haeckel but disapproved by Carl Ernst von Baer. Just enumerate the difference between them. So here statement 1, statement 2 both are correct. Answer is 4. And the next one, question number 94. Silopython is not the ancestor of. So this question comes under plant evolution geological time scale. Here Silopython is not the ancestor of. Option 3, Zostaurophyllum. Why? Because spinopsids are horsetails, ginkgos and knee-tails. Spinopsids are horsetails, ginkgos and knee-tails. These 3 plants were evolved exclusively from Silopython but not Zostaurophyllum. Zostaurophyllum plants were evolved from Tracheophyte ancestors. Zostaurophyllum plants were evolved from Tracheophyte ancestors. Please keep it in your mind. So answer is 3, Zostaurophyllum. Question number 96, match the column. Radula. Radula is the characteristic feature of phyla. The common name of phyla is apple snail. Phyla or apple snail belongs to the phylum Mollusca. Radula is one of the basic fundamental characteristic feature of phylum Mollusca. So here Radula is the feature of phyla A2 and B, jointed legs. Obviously limulus. The common name of limulus is king crab or living fossil. Limulus belongs to the phylum Arthropoda. Presence of jointed legs or presence of jointed appendages is one of the basic fundamental characteristic feature of phylum Arthropoda. And water vascular system, 100% Antedon. The common name of Antedon is sea lily. Antedon or sea lily belongs to the phylum Echinodermata. Water vascular system is one of the basic feature of phylum Echinodermata. And closed type of circulatory system, Perithema. The common name of Perithema is earthworm. In Perithema or in earthworm, circulation is closed type. Andre, in earthworm, blood is circulated throughout the body through well-developed blood vessels. So answer is 2. A2, B4, C3 and D1. Question number 98. Fertilization is internal in. So among all these 4 organisms, internal fertilization takes place in Taenia. The common name of Taenia is tapeworm. And next Fasciola hepatica. The common name of Fasciola hepatica is liver fluke. Taenia and Fasciola or liver fluke both belong to the phylum Platyhelminthes. Obviously in Platyhelminthes fertilization occurs internally. So answer is 3. Question number 99. Study the following statements about frog. So we have to choose incorrect statements related to frog. A. Corpora quadrigemina forms midbrain in frog. Wrong, amma. In frog, in midbrain, 2 optic lobes are present. Those 2 optic lobes are collectively called corpora bigemina. But in case of human beings, Midbrain includes 4 round swellings or 4 optic lobes, which are collectively called corpora quadrigemina. So A is incorrect. B. Receptors of touch, smell and taste are the cellular aggregates present around the nerve endings. Correct. C. The ear is an organ of hearing as well as balance. Absolutely correct. D. Frog is warm-blooded animal. Wrong. Frog is not a warm-blooded or homeothermic animal. Dear students, frog is a cold-blooded or poikilothermic animal. Andre, frog cannot maintain constant internal body temperature. The body temperature changes with the temperature of its surroundings. Understood? So here A and D both are incorrect. Answer is 1. Next. Study the following statements or choose correct statements related to lymph. A. Interstitial fluid has the same mineral distribution as that in plasma. Another name of lymph is interstitial fluid. Lymph or interstitial fluid contains similar composition of plasma. A is correct. B. Lymph is an important carrier for nutrients and hormones. So basically lymph carries nutrients, gases and hormones. B is correct. C. Lymphatic system collects interstitial fluid and drains it back into the major arteries. Wrong. Lymphatic system collects interstitial fluid and drains it back into major veins, not major arteries. So C is incorrect. D. Fats are absorbed through lymph in the lacteals present in the interstitial villi. Absolutely correct. So absorption, fat absorption takes place through villi. So A, B and D are correct, except C, all are correct. 105. Assertion. FSH and LH are collectively called gonadotropins. No ambiguity at all, direct NCERT line. FSH and LH both are collectively called gonadotropins. Reason. Secretion of parathyroid hormone is mainly controlled by anterior pituitary hormones and pancreas. Wrong amma. So here assertion is true but reason is false. Answer is 2. Next one. 107. Select the incorrect option. Option 2 is incorrect. Glomerular filtration rate is the amount of blood filtered by heart per minute. Wrong. The amount of primary urine formed by both the kidneys per minute. The amount of primary urine formed by both the kidneys per minute is called glomerular filtration rate. So 2 is incorrect. And 110. Statement 1. During blood clotting, an enzyme complex called thrombokinase converts thrombin into prothrombin. Wrong amma. Thrombokinase is otherwise known as prothrombin activator. Basically, prothrombin activator or thrombokinase. Prothrombin activator or thrombokinase converts inactive prothrombin into active thrombin, not thrombin into prothrombin. Thrombokinase converts inactive prothrombin into active thrombin. Statement 1 is incorrect. Statement 2. Thrombokinase is formed by a series of linked enzymatic reactions or cascade processes. Absolutely correct. My dear students, when a blood vessel is injured, blood comes out. When a blood vessel is injured, blood expels out and that blood exposes to collagen fibers. It activates clotting factor 3. Later clotting factor 3 activates clotting factor 7 and clotting factor 7 activates clotting factor 12. This phenomenon is said to be cascade reactions. Cascade reactions leads to the formation of prothrombin activator or thrombokinase. Statement 1 is incorrect and 2 is correct. And question number 111. Choose correct statements. First one, if effect of concentration of carbon dioxide and hydrogen ions on the affinity of hemoglobin with oxygen is called chloride shift. Wrong, amma. So here association of hemoglobin with oxygen is called oxygenation of hemoglobin. Association of hemoglobin with oxygen is called oxygenation of hemoglobin, but not chloride shift. Chloride shift andre movement of chloride ions from plasma into RBC and movement of bicarbonate ions from RBC into plasma is called chloride shift. Movement of chloride ions from plasma into RBC, migration of bicarbonate ions from RBC into plasma is called chloride shift or Amberger's phenomenon. So A is incorrect. B, most of the carbon dioxide is transported from tissues to lungs as bicarbonates. Absolutely correct, amma. Bicarbonates carry 70% of carbon dioxide from tissues to alveoli of lungs. So B is correct. C, in blood, most of the oxygen is transported by plasma. Wrong. Most of the oxygen will be transported by RBC. RBC carries approximately 97% of oxygen from alveoli of lungs to tissues, and the rest of 3% of oxygen will be transported by plasma. C is incorrect. D, 100 ml of oxygenated blood can deliver 15 ml of oxygen from tissues to alveoli of lungs. Wrong. 100 ml of oxygenated blood can deliver 5 ml of oxygen from alveoli of lungs to tissues. Only B is correct. Next, choose characteristic features of frog. So A, frog is cold-blooded, right? And B, presence of corpora bigemina in midbrain, right? C, presence of cloaca, right? D, frogs perform hibernation and estivation. All are correct. A, B, C and D are correct. Answer is 2. Question number 116. Choose autoimmune disorders from the following. Here option A, myasthenia gravis is autoimmune disorder. B, rheumatoid arthritis is also a kind of autoimmune disorder. E, systemic lupus erythematosus is also a kind of autoimmune disorder. So this is NEET 2024 question. A, B and E, these three are autoimmune disorders. 117. In humans, lymphocytes interact with antigens, then proliferate to become effector lymphocytes. This condition takes place in secondary lymphoid organs. Secondary lymphoid organs are spleen, lymph nodes, tonsils, appendix, pierced patches of small intestine, malt, mucosa associated lymphoid tissue. So here lymph nodes come under secondary lymphoid organs. Answer is 2. Question number 119, match the column regarding extinction of species. Here dodo bird was extincted in Mauritius. A3. B, quagga was extincted in Africa. Quagga is a kind of zebra. C, thylacine was extincted in Australia. D, Stellar's sea cow was extincted in Russia. Answer is A3, B1, C4 and D2. Answer is 4. 120. Protein hormone that binds with membrane bound receptor is 100% follicular stimulating hormone among all these. Answer is 3. Next, question number 123. Which of the following is not true about thyroxine? Thyroxine maintains water and electrolyte balance, right? Thyroxine supports erythropoiesis, right? Option 3. Thyroxine regulates protein metabolism, absolutely correct. Option 4. Thyroxine hormone decreases body temperature, no relation between them. So answer is 4. Question number 124. Again choose correct statement. A, ejaculatory ducts lead into urethra, right? B, seminal plasma and sperms constitute semen. Seminal plasma and sperms constitute semen, absolutely correct. C, The testis is covered by a dense covering called tunica albuginea. Direct NCERT statement. C is correct. D. Each seminiferous tubule is lined on its inside by male germ cells, Leydig cells and pancreatic cells. Wrong amma. A, B and C are correct. Question number 124, absolute answer is 3. Question number 128, identify the incorrect statement from the following. Your incorrect statements are B and D. So according to this question, B is diabetes insipidus is caused by the deficiency of insulin. My dear students, multiple times we have discussed regarding this. Diabetes insipidus is caused by the deficiency of ADH or vasopressin. Diabetes insipidus is caused by the deficiency of antidiuretic hormone or vasopressin. B is incorrect. And D, DCT reabsorbs more glucose compared to PCT. Basically, glucose reabsorption takes place exclusively in PCT. Glucose reabsorption does not occur in DCT. Glucose reabsorption takes place in PCT, but glucose reabsorption does not occur in DCT. So B and D are incorrect. Question number 129. Again choose incorrect statements. B, C and D are incorrect. B, the kidneys are situated between the levels of third lumbar vertebra and last sacral vertebra. Wrong amma. A pair of kidneys are situated between last thoracic vertebra and third lumbar vertebra. Understood? A pair of kidneys are situated between last thoracic vertebra and third lumbar vertebra. B is incorrect. C, the brain is covered by cranial meninges, outer pia mater, middle arachnoid membrane, inner dura mater. Absolutely wrong. Brain is covered by 3 cranial meninges. Outer one is dura mater, middle one is arachnoid membrane, inner one is pia mater. So here C is incorrect. D, the dorsal ends of 8th, 9th and 10th pairs of ribs do not articulate directly with the sternum but join the 7th rib with the help of hyaline cartilage. Wrong amma. Statement is correct, but this statement will be applied on ventral side, not dorsal side. Understand? Dorsally each rib is connected to thoracic vertebra, but ventrally 8th, 9th and 10th pairs of ribs will not be attached directly to the sternum. Ventrally 8th, 9th and 10th pairs of ribs will be articulated to hyaline cartilage of 7th pair of rib. B, C and D are incorrect. 131, match the column. Gliding joint is located between carpals. Gliding joint is located between carpals. So A, 3 and B, hinge joint. Elbow joint, knee joint, joint between phalanges. Elbow joint, knee joint, joint between phalanges come under hinge joint. So B4. C, pivot joint. Pivot joint is located between atlas and axis, radius and ulna, tibia and fibula. Pivot joint is located between atlas and axis, radius and ulna, so tibia and fibula. C2. D, saddle joint. Saddle joint is located between carpals and metacarpals of thumb. So answer is 2. A3, B4, C2 and D1. 133. Statement 1. LH stimulates secretion of androgens in males, whereas in females it promotes ovulation, formation and maintenance of corpus luteum. No ambiguity at all. Absolutely correct. Statement 1. Statement 2. FSH and androgens jointly regulate spermatogenesis. FSH and androgens jointly regulate spermatogenesis. So once go through pituitary gland and its hormones of chemical coordination chapter. You will get a clarity regarding this. Both the statements are correct, so answer is 4. Next, 135. The ovarian hormone that acts on the mammary glands and stimulates the formation of alveoli and milk secretion is progesterone. Some students will think like oxytocin. My dear students, oxytocin is not a ovarian hormone. Oxytocin is not a ovarian hormone. Keep it in your mind. Progesterone hormone acts on alveoli of mammary glands, or progesterone hormone helps in formation of alveoli of mammary glands. Progesterone hormone stimulates alveoli of mammary glands to secrete milk. This question comes under chemical coordination, especially gonads concept. Once go through that. 137. Which of the following animal performs metagenesis or alternation of generation? Ovelia. Answer is 4. The common name of Ovelia is sea fur. The common name of Ovelia is sea fur. Ovelia performs 2 basic body forms, namely polyp and medusa. Moreover, Ovelia comes under Nidaria or Coelenterata. Ovelia includes both polyp and medusa. In Ovelia, polyp produces medusa by asexual reproduction. In Ovelia, polyp produces medusa by asexual reproduction. Later, medusa produces polyp by sexual reproduction alternately. This phenomenon is called metagenesis or alternation of generation. Answer is 4. 138. When you hold your breath, which of the following gas changes in blood would first lead to the urge to breathe? 100% when you hold your breath, automatically carbon dioxide concentration will be increased. When you hold your breath, automatically carbon dioxide concentration will be increased. So answer is 2, rising carbon dioxide concentration in blood. Next, 140. Which of the following animal performs bioluminescence? So ctenophores perform bioluminescence. Ctenophores like Ctenoplana and Pleurobrachia. Organisms like Pleurobrachia and Ctenoplana both belong to the phylum Ctenophora. Understood? Both perform bioluminescence. Bioluminescence andre the property of emitting light. The property of emitting light. Next. 144. Gauss's principle of competitive exclusion states that. Multiple times we have discussed this question. Answer is 3. No 2 species competing for the same limiting resources can coexist indefinitely in the same ecological niche. According to Gauss's principle, 2 organisms like superior and inferior organisms compete with each other for the purpose of same resources. They cannot coexist. Organism 1 dominates over organism 2. Organism 1 excludes organism 2 eventually. So answer is 3. Next, if a colorblind man marries a woman who is homozygous for normal color vision, the probability of their sons being colorblind is. Here colorblind man, the karyotype of colorblind man is male. Karyotype of colorblind male is XY. So here colorblind man marries a woman who is homozygous for normal color vision. Female karyotype is X capital C, because female is normal for color blindness. Female doesn't have color blindness. So male performs color blindness. Male karyotype is Xcy and female karyotype is X capital C. Male can produce 2 types of gametes. 50% of gametes contain X small c. Remaining 50% of gametes contain Y chromosome. Female can produce ova, all the ova contain similar X capital C. X capital C versus X small c. X capital C, X small c. X capital C versus Y. So we will get X capital C, Y. So name these two. X capital C, X small c represents normal female, but it is carrier. X capital C, Y, normal male. So both are normal. Understood? So answer is 0%. Answer 1. 148. Which of the following is a very important parameter chosen for assessing impacts of any biotic or abiotic factor on population growth in exponential growth model? R value. R stands for intrinsic rate of natural increase. Small r stands for intrinsic rate of natural increase. Andre, the effect of biotic and abiotic factors or the influence of biotic and abiotic factors on population growth. The influence of biotic and abiotic factors on population growth is called intrinsic rate of natural increase. It is represented as small r. Answer is 1. Next. 151. Choose correct statements regarding oral contraceptive pills. Sorry, Amma. Here question framing is wrong. Here they are asking correct statement, but answer has given C. I will change that key. So here choose correct statements from the following. A. Regarding oral contraceptive pills. Oral contraceptive pills inhibit ovulation and implantation. A is correct. B. Oral contraceptive pills can alter the quality of cervical mucus to prevent or retard the entry of sperms. B is correct. C. Oral contraceptive pills inhibit the formation of primary follicles. Absolutely wrong. So here A and B are correct. Answer is 2. Question number 151. Question number 151. Answer is 2. Oral contraceptive pills inhibit both ovulation and implantation. Oral contraceptive pills can alter or can change the quality of cervical mucus to prevent or to retard the entry of sperms. So C is incorrect, A and B are correct, answer is 2. 152. Species diversity generally increases as one proceeds from, option is 3, high altitude to low altitude and from high latitudes to low latitudes. 154. Again choose true or false statements. A. India shows greater ecological diversity than Norway. India shows greater ecological diversity than Norway or Scandinavian country is absolutely correct. A is true. B. Amphibians of Eastern Ghats perform greater species diversity than the amphibians of Western Ghats. B is wrong. Basically, amphibians of Western Ghats perform greater species diversity than the amphibians of Eastern Ghats. So B is incorrect. C. Rauwolfia vomitoria in Himalayan ranges shows the variation in the terms of concentration of active chemical called reserpine. C is absolutely correct. Rauwolfia vomitoria performs a greater genetic diversity. Rauwolfia vomitoria can survive in Himalayas. Rauwolfia vomitoria secretes one active chemical called reserpine. Reserpine is responsible for the treatment of high blood pressure. The potency and the concentration of reserpine will be high. And D. India has more than 100 genetically different strains of mangoes. Wrong. India has more than 50,000 different varieties of mangoes. So D is incorrect. A true, B false, C. True and D. False. Next, 156. Which of the following destroy our infected body cells in case of innate immunity? Option 1, antibodies released by memory cells. Both antibodies and memory cells both come under acquired immunity or adaptive immunity. So answer 1 is wrong. Option 2, antibodies released by plasma cells. Antibodies come under acquired immunity. 2 is incorrect. 3, cytotoxins released by TC cells. Cytotoxic T lymphocytes. Absolutely wrong. And option 4, cytotoxins released by NK cells or natural killer cells is the correct answer. Neutrophils are polymorphonuclear leukocytes, monocytes, macrophages and natural killer cells all come under cellular barriers of innate immunity. Answer is 4. 157. Select the vector-borne Helminth disease from the following. Filariasis. Answer is 4. No ambiguity at all. Direct statement. The disease filariasis is caused by 2 Helminth parasites, namely Wuchereria bancrofti and Wuchereria malai. Filariasis or elephantiasis will be transmitted from one host to another host by female Culex mosquito. Answer is 4. Next, 160. The possibility of a female becoming a hemophilic is extremely rare. The possibility of a female becoming a hemophilic is extremely rare. Direct NCERT lines. Reason: mother of such a female has to be at least carrier and the father should be hemophilic. My dear students, female becomes hemophilic only when mother is carrier and father is hemophilic. Understood? Female becomes hemophilic only when mother is carrier and father is hemophilic. Okay, now no ambiguity at all. Next, 164. Assertion: when a neuron is suitably stimulated, an electrical disturbance is generated. A correct statement. Reason: neuroglia make up more than 1/2 of the total volume of neural tissue. Actually, they didn't explain neuroglioma. Neuroglia comes under animal tissues chapter. So assertion, reason both are correct, but no relation between them. Reason doesn't explain assertion. 166. Statement 1. Severe anemia and jaundice are the clinical manifestations of erythroblastosis fetalis is the correct option. Statement 2. Rh antigens of the Rh positive fetus do not get exposed to Rh negative blood of the mother in the first pregnancy during gestation, as the two bloods are well separated by the placenta. No ambiguity at all. Both the statements are accurately correct. And 167. So they have given A, B, C, D, E and F options. A, capacitation of sperm. B, insemination. C, gastrulation. D, blastulation. E, implantation. And F, fertilization. It means which event will be occurred first. Obviously, B will be occurred first, insemination. Insemination admele A, capacitation of sperms occur. Capacitation of sperms will be occurred only in female reproductive tract. Insemination andre transfer of sperms from penis into female reproductive tract. Transfer of sperms from penis into female reproductive tract is said to be insemination. So after insemination, in female reproductive tract, some changes occur in sperms. Due to those changes, sperm is able to penetrate and fertilize the ovum. This phenomenon is capacitation. So first one, insemination, B. Later capacitation occurs, B, C. Capacitation leads to fertilization, B, A, F. And fertilization leads to the formation of blastulation. Blastula undergoes implantation. Implantation admele gastrulation occurs. Answer is 4. B, A, F, D, E and C. Next, 170, assertion. Oral contraceptive pills which contain progestogen estrogen combination inhibit ovulation. Direct NCERT statement amma. Oral intake of progestogen alone or oral intake of progestogen estrogen combinations in the form of tablets or pills. Oral intake of progestogen alone or oral intake of estrogen progestogen combinations in the form of tablets or pills prevent ovulation or prevent implantation or alter the quality of cervical mucus to prevent or to retard the entry of sperms. Statement, assertion is correct. Reason, tubectomy and vasectomy both come under surgical or sterilization contraceptives. Reason is also correct, but no relation between them. There is no relation between assertion and reason. Reason doesn't explain assertion. So answer is 1. Question number 172. In which of the following animal respiration takes place through lateral appendages or parapodia? Lateral appendages or parapodia are the respiratory organs of aquatic annelids like Nereis or sandworm. Nereis or sandworm respires through lateral appendages or parapodia. Along with respiration, lateral appendages or parapodia are also responsible for swimming. Swimming is a kind of locomotory activity. Question number 176, statement 1. Fitness is the end result of ability to adapt and get selected by nature. Absolutely correct. Fitness represents reproductive fitness. My dear students, just select two organisms as per Charles Darwin. Organism 1 has high reproductive fitness, but organism 2 has low reproductive fitness. Organism 1 with high reproductive fitness can perform mind-blowing reproduction and can produce fertile offsprings. But organism 2 with low reproductive fitness cannot perform successful reproduction and cannot produce fertile offsprings. Here nature selects organism with high reproductive fitness, but nature rejects organism with low reproductive fitness. So statement 1 is correct. Statement 2, fitness is based on characteristics which are inherited. So fitness is genetic based and they are inherited. Statement 1 and 2 both are correct. The remaining questions come under botany. Thank you, Amma, and all the best for tomorrow's exam. Prepare well and get good marks. Thank you. Thanks a lot. Sir.
So good afternoon students, we are here to discuss the third paper in this series of grand tests which are going on. So this is the third one, 7 is going to be continued. So I told you from the starting itself, exam by exam, try to improve the performance, try to decrease the mistakes. The mistake what you have made should not be repeated. That is the purpose of this examination. Next, when it comes to the paper, paper number 3 this is. So in that second question if you observe, 92 question number. So swelling of axis, apical hook formation, these are all comes under the hormone ethylene. Next, ions or molecules transported across the membrane, they use the word against the gradient. So against the gradient it is going to be active transport. Against the gradient means low concentration to high concentration. Along the gradient means high to low concentration, that is a passive transport. Next, 94. Cofactor of the enzyme carboxypeptidase, it is going to be zinc. Next, pollen grain characters they are given. So light, non-sticky, single ovule in the ovary, that is going to be anemophilous. Anemophilous means wind pollination. So those are all wind pollinated characters they are given. Hydrophilous means water pollinated. Entomophilous means insect pollinated. Ornithophilous means bird pollinated. Next, question number 97. So medulla cells they have used. You can see the chapter anatomy. In that anatomy, you can see pith or medulla. This is the centermost part of the stem. See, this pith or medulla is the cells made up of parenchyma. Cells made up of parenchyma, which are differentiated cells. So stem kept in a culture medium, they have developed into callus. Callus means undifferentiated mass of cells. Observe the concept here. Parenchyma cells which are permanent cells, they don't divide, they lost the capacity to division. Again, when they have placed in the culture medium, the moment they placed in the culture medium, providing the suitable proper conditions, it start dividing and form a group of cells, that is called callus. So the permanent cell which already lost the capacity to divide, regain the capacity to divide, this process is going to be considered, will be reversal to the differentiation, that will be considered as de-differentiation. Next, question number 100, direct technique, that is the spooling. Next, 120. So they are asking for the sucrose production through C3 cycle, how many ATP and NADPH are utilized? The formula for this 1, 2, 3 formula. For 1 CO2, 2 NADPH are required and 3 ATP are required. And we know sucrose is a 12 carbon sugar. I have explained this. Sucrose is a combination of glucose and fructose. Glucose 6 carbons, fructose 6 carbons, totally 12 carbons are there in this. So 12 carbons means 24 NADH and 12 threes are 36 ATP. It is going to be the third option. Next, in insulin, disulfide bonds are present between A and B. How many disulfide bonds? 2 disulfide bonds will be there. Next, direct method of gene transfer into animal cells. Animal cells it is going to be micro-injection, whereas plant cells biolistic. Vector mediated method by using a vectors, agrobacterium for the plant, disarmed retrovirus for the animals. Related to polygenic inheritance, they are given 4 options, which is incorrect. First option, because in polygenic inheritance, many genes control one trait, one character. Here reverse they are given. First option is incorrect. Next, 108. Dorsiventral leaf is a bifacial leaf. Bifacial leaf means upper side adaxial, lower side abaxial. So adaxial and abaxial, 2 different faces are there. If you see internal, this is upper palisade parenchyma, lower spongy parenchyma. That's why it is correct and correct explanation. 109. Centriole duplication occurs during S phase within the cytoplasm. That too occurs in the animal cells, not in the plant cells. 112. Solanaceae and Malvaceae resembles each other in the following character. This question is from the extra-added families. Don't worry much about them. If you are able to remember, remember. No need to much bother about them. Past 3 years they didn't give in any question. So answer for this is epipetalous condition. from the following options, set of plants, basal placentation. Who is showing basal placentation? Sunflower and marigold. Heterosporous plants, where you can see them, pteridophytes, Salvini and Selaginella. Direct question. Next, corn cob. Corn cob is related to anemophilous, wind pollinated plants. It is a stigma and style. It is going to attract the pollen grains, to trap the pollen grains. Next, 121. Gametophyte stage in moss is plant is dominant. Moss belongs to bryophytes. Gametophyte is dominant. Reason is also correct, but not the correct juvenile filamentous stage protonema and adult stage is seen in gametophyte of the mosses. Okay, there is a key change here. First option is correct. It is not the correct explanation. 122. Peptide bond present in all 4 structures of the protein. Yes, primary structure is a linear chain, secondary structure is a helical structure, third is a hollow woolen ball, 4 is the combination of more than one polypeptides. All of them having the combination of amino acids, peptide bond is present. Then every enzyme to show its catalytic activity requires a cofactor that is non-proteinaceous but organic in nature. Yes, it is correct. Both are correct and correct explanation. Both statements are correct here. Next, phytohormone that helps in adventitious shoot. Unde hormone adventitious root, that is cytokinin. It reverses the apical dominance also. Next, verification of chromosomal theory. Sutton and Bovary proposed it. It was actually verified by Thomas and Morgan by taking the Drosophila melanogaster. So 127, they had given the diagram. In the diagram, if you observe the first trophic level, A, B, C are there. A, B, C are producers. E, D, F are the consumers. D, if you observe, so it is going to be omnivorous species. Yeah, it is actually eating the B, which is a plant species from trophic level number 1, which is eating the E, which is belongs to trophic level number 2. As it is consuming both B and E, it will be considered as a omnivore. Next. So in blue-white screening method, rDNA cells and nutrient meat. Blue-white screening method recombinant DNA structures will give white color. Non-recombinant DNA will give blue color combination. Next, 132. There is a net gain of 2 ATP molecules from SLP. Glycolysis nalli total 4 ATP are produced, 2 are utilized, 2 are produced. So assertion is correct. Why only 2 ATP? Because the 2 ATP are which are utilized in the initial phase. Both are correct and correct explanation. 134. For the first time proof that DNA acts as genetic material comes from the every MacLeod-McCarthy experiment. It was unequivocally proven by Hershey and Chase. Next, 136. Cannot absorb photon. Photon is the packet of energy which is released from the sunlight. Its sunlight cannot be absorbed by PC, plastocyan. Remaining 3 can absorb. Next, 139. Not a criteria for classification of fungi. That is mode of nutrition, because all the fungi having same type of nutrition, heterotrophic nutrition. Next, 141. Cytochrome C oxidase complex is. Cytochrome C oxidase is complex number 4. It contains coppers, 2 copper A and copper B. 2 copper centers are there. 142. Direct question yesterday also we have discussed, that is NPP. Next. So in which stage? Chromosome showing only one chromatid, that is in the telophase 2. Starch forms blue color with the iodine because starch contains the helical structure like this. If you add the iodine, it can hold it so that it forms a starch iodine complex. Next one, 146. Not translated during translation. Cap, tail, UTR. 3 cannot be translated, that is option 3. Next. Bulliform cells are responsible for inward curling of the leaves in case of monocots. See, these bulliform cells are present only in the isobilateral leaf, that is a monocot leaf, that too on the upper surface. When they loses the water, they will shrink, so that leaf surface will be folded towards inside to reduce the water loss. Bulliform cells are absent in case of the dicot leaves. Next, among the following which is incorrect? So, aptomictic seeds may be parthenogenic embryos. Wait, 150 mark question number, which is incorrect they are asking. During meiosis, chromosomes are fully condensed in the diplotin. Yes, it is correct. There are two types of sporophylls in flowering plants. It is also correct. The chromosomal segregation leads to gene segregation. It is also correct. Yes. Third option is the correct answer, which is not true. Next. Next one, 153. Gymnosperms show wind pollination. Yes, it is correct. Gymnosperms male gametophyte is highly reduced. So, it is male gametophyte in the gymnosperms when we considered as a pollen grain, it is highly reduced, and it is not independent, it is dependent on the sporophyte. Next one, chemiosmosis, which is incorrect they are asking. So, chemiosmosis, it requires proton pump correct, membrane correct, proton gradient correct, NADP synthase enzyme wrong. Actually, it requires ATP synthase enzyme. Next question, 158. Matching already yesterday also we have done it, we can go through it. Then 159, this also already done. Collagen is an intercellular ground substance. GLUT4 enable the transport of the glucose, that's why it is a membrane protein B2. Inulin is a polysaccharide which is a homopolymer of the fructose. Insulin is a protein acting as hormone, whereas inulin is a polysaccharide. Antibody fights against infectious agents. Next. So, 161 except A, remaining all are correct. Why? Because root heads are multicellular they are mentioning. Root heads are actually unicellular. Trichomes will be multicellular. Next, ribozyme 23S rRNA present in. So, large subunit. Remember, ribosomes are of two types, 70S and 80S. 70S having two subunits, one is 50S, another one is 30S. Here this is having 60S and 40S, two types are there. In this 70S type of ribozyme is 23S rRNA, whereas 80S ribosomes have 28S rRNA. This is acting as ribosome in eukaryotes, this is acting as a ribozyme in the prokaryotes. It is generally present in large subunit. So, what they are asking 23S, it is present in the 50S subunit. Answer is the third one. Next, 165, which is incorrect. So, second one is incorrect because for the succinic dehydrogenase enzyme, it is very close. Succinic dehydrogenase enzyme, malonate is the competitive inhibitors. What they had given? Malate. Malate means malic acid. Malic acid nothing to do with the succinic dehydrogenase. Malonate is the answer. What they have given? Malate, which is wrong. Except B, remaining all are correct. Next, 168, tricarboxylic acid cycle, which does not involve oxidation of substrate. That is a succinyl-CoA into succinic acid. It is a SLP reaction. Succinyl-CoA will be converted into succinic acid by the formation of GTP, that will be leads to formation of ATP. 169, what they have mentioned? Phosphoglycolate. This phosphoglycolate is a 2-carbon sugar. PGA, 3-PGA is a 3-carbon sugar. Alpha ketoglutaric acid is a 5-carbon sugar. Isocitric acid is a 6-carbon sugar. You can do the matching. In Fabaceae, the flower is zygomorphic. Yes, Fabaceae family example pea plant. Pea plant having zygomorphic flower. That's why it is having why? Because it is having zygomorphic flower, because it contains vexillary estivation. If you remember vexillary estivation, one large petal covering the two lateral petals, which again covers the two small keel petals, so that it will be the zygomorphic. It can be divided into only one vertical plane. It cannot be divided into two in the radial plane. So, correct and correct explanation. Next, 174. You have done this already. Directly you can go for the matching. 177. Incorrect what they are saying. Second one is incorrect ma. Secondary wall is formed in the outer side of the primary cell. Primary cell. Remember always ma. Suppose this is the primary cell wall. This is the plasma membrane. Primary cell wall. This is the plasma membrane. Secondary cell wall formed between primary cell wall and the plasma membrane. It formed from this side ma. It is secondary cell wall. They said from here. It is wrong. Next, 178. Cell envelope of prokaryotes includes glycocalyx, plasma membrane and the cell wall. So, saprophytic that can be considered as decomposition of dead organic matter, bacteria and fungi. Parasites, they are depending on plants and animals. B2. Lichens, association between algae and fungi. C1. Mycorrhiza, association between fungi and roots of higher plants. D4. Then 180. Organ level of organization, plants and animals, only 2 groups. So that is the thing ma. I told you there is one key chain, except that it is okay. No worries about it ma. If you have done any mistakes, try to revise those concepts what you have missed. In the botany part ma, we didn't discuss about the families. No worry about it. So from past 3-4 papers if you have seen, the family related questions they didn't given. If they give also 1 or 2, that is not matter of much. If you focus on these families, time will be wasted now. Go with the remaining concept thoroughly so that you can get the scope to increase other areas and you can increase the marks. Thank you. We will meet in the tomorrow's examination related to paper 4 discussion. Okay.
Okay, good afternoon all of you. Now we are going to discuss about Grand Test 3. Question number 46. So, what they given, the crystalline salt of Na2SO4 dot XH2O on heating loss of 55.9% of its mass. That means Na2SO4 dot XH2O. First, this molecular mass is how much? This is 142 plus 18x. So, water, on heating water will be lost. So, the total molecular mass of this compound is 142 plus 18x. How much will loss? 18x. Right? 18x gram of water will be lost. Then how much percentage is lost? 55.9. That means 59.5% means 100% of the compound, it lost 55.9 percentage. That means compound is 100%. On that, how much loss of water molecule? 55.9 grams. And what you have to do? Do the cross multiplication. Sir, how you know this 100? 100 means they are given already 55.9% they are given. 55.9% means 55.9 gram in 100 gram of the compound. This is the compound, given compound. So I written, then we have to do the cross multiplication. Cross multiplication you will do it, then you will get the x value, x equal to 10. Do the cross multiplication. Then you will get the x value, that x is equal to 10. That means final compound Na2SO4 dot 10H2O, x equal to 10. Right, that is the first question. Next 47. Insulin containing 3.4 percentage of sulfur by mass. That means 3.44 mean 3.4 gram of sulfur present in 100 gram of the compound. That is the meaning by mass. This also gram, this also gram, by mass, weight by weight. 3.4 gram of sulfur containing 100 gram of the compound, right? They are given minimum molecular mass weight of the insulin. That means sulfur atomic mass is 32 gram. 32 gram of the sulfur containing how much of the compound? This is compound, this is sulfur. 3.4 gram of sulfur in 100 gram of the compound. 32 gram of the sulfur containing how much of the compound? Again you have to do the cross multiplication. 3.4 into x equal to 32 into 100. Now x equal to 3200 by 3.4. Then you do it, you will get the answer is 940. Right? Next one. 48. A metal surface is exposed to 500 nanometer of radiation. The threshold frequency of the photoelectric current is given. Kinetic energy they are asking now. So, this is related to photoelectric effect. Kinetic energy is equal to H into nu minus nu naught. H into nu minus nu naught. First, otherwise K equal to E equal to H nu plus W. W means work function. So, kinetic energy they are asking E. First you have to find E. E equal to H nu. Nu means C by lambda, because they are given nanometer. Lambda is given 400 nanometer. So, H value 6.625 into 10 power minus 34. C value 3 into 10 power 8 by lambda value. Lambda is given nanometer. Nanometer is converted into meter because SI unit. How much is given? 500 nanometer. 500 into 10 power minus 9 meters. 1 nanometer is equal to 10 power minus 9 meters. Then you do that, you will get the answer is energy, that energy. Next one, photoelectric current, right? Then threshold frequency already given, threshold frequency is given. Threshold frequency means nu naught is given. This value, frequency value substitute, you will get the kinetic energy. So this is the formula. This formula first you have to find E, later you have to find nu naught. Nu naught means threshold frequency already given. Those values you have to substitute. Right? You will get the answer. Question number 49. Consider the following pairs, the pairs of electron present in degenerated orbital. Degenerated orbital means orbital which are having the n and l value are same. Same n and l values are same. Those are called degenerated orbital. Orbital which are having the same energy, same n plus n value. Those are called degenerate orbital. Observe now first option A, n value 3, l value 1. That means 3p. N value 3, l value 2. That is 3d. That is the first option. That means n value same, l values are different. First option, that is wrong. Second option, observe, n value 3, l value 2. That means 3d. Again n value 3, l value 2. Both are same. That means B option is same. So D option is wrong. So answer is only B. Next one, question number 50. The successive ionization energy for an unknown element is, unknown element you have to find. IE1 899, that is what IE1. IE2 1757. IE3 14,787. Last one 17,948. This IE3, this IE4. That means the amount of energy is required to remove the electron is called ionization energy. That means first electron you have to remove, it requires 899 from here to, right? From here to here. From here to one electron remove, then you will get 1797, 1757. From this to this, from second ionization energy to third ionization energy. That means here +1, here +2, this is +3, here +4. Charges. Here one electron is lost. From one electron to second electron. Here second electron to third electron to fourth electron. Here where is the use amount of energy will be changed. Use amount of energy will be changed from second ionization energy to third ionization energy. That means in this second ionization energy to remove electron to get the third ionization energy, it required more energy. That means huge amount energy required. That means this electron will be somewhat stable. Means second electron will be very, very stable. That's why we can't remove electron. We can't remove electron means it required more energy. That means this is related to +2. +2 means +1 means alkaline metal. +2 means alkaline earth metal. +3 means boron family, like that. Now this is +2. +2 to +3 means the huge amount required, that is belonging to alkaline earth metal family. That means second A group. Right. Question number 51. Which of the following options or order arrangement does not agree? Which one is wrong they are asking now. Right. Lithium, sodium, potassium, rubidium, metallic character from top to bottom in a group. Atomic size increases. Metallic radius also increases. Next one, Al plus 3, Mg plus 2, Na plus M minus, increase atomic size. Correct only now. That means anion charge will be increases, atomic size increases. Cation charge increases, atomic size decreases. This point keep in mind. Once again, cation charge will be increases, size of the cation decreases. anion charge increases, size of the anion also increases. So that is also correct. Increasing the first ionization energy of third option, aluminum, silicon, phosphorus, sulfur. Means aluminum, correct, silicon, correct. Next one, phosphorus, sulfur. Observe now, this is the option they are given now, right? This is which one? Boron, aluminum, carbon, silicon, nitrogen, phosphorus, oxygen, sulfur. In these two, this is nitrogen, the nitrogen family. Nitrogen family means this is called off filled. That means 3s2, 3p3, this is one, 3s2, 3p4, 16 here 15, right? This is having off filled electronic configuration, exceptional. One of the factor, off filled and full filled configuration is there. More stable. More stable means it required more energy. That means phosphorus is more ionization energy than sulfur, but they are given phosphorus is less than sulfur. That is wrong. That is incorrect. Next one, increase the electron gain enthalpy. Electron gain enthalpy, also called electron affinity. In a group from top to bottom, electron affinity will be decreases. Highest one, lithium. Next to sodium, potassium, rubidium, cesium. From top to bottom, ionization enthalpy will be decreases. That is 51. Next to 52. This is related to what? Hybridization, right? Then you do that. XeO3. How to find XeO3? Group number 8. 8 plus 0 by 2. Central atom group number plus number of halogens or hydrogens minus charge of cation plus charge of anion by 2 is equal to number of hybrid orbital. So group number 8, 8 by 2, 4. 4 means which hybridization? sp3. sp3 means how many bond pairs are there? 3 bond pair and 1 lone pair for XeO3. Same like that, which option here this side? NH3. NH3 group number 5. Number of hydrogens are 3 by 2. 4. 4 means how many bond pairs? 3 bond pairs because 3 hydrogen atom. Other than bond pair, remaining one is lone pair. 3 bond pair, 1 lone pair. That means both are in the same shape. So XeO3 with NH3. Next one, some other I will tell you. XeF2. 8, group number 8. Number of halogens are 2 by 2. 5. 5 means how many bond pairs? 2 bond pairs plus 3 lone pair. 2 bond pairs to 3 lone pair. Shape is, what is the shape? Linear shape. It is similar to I3 minus. I3 minus means here one central atom, remaining 2 are the surrounding atom, like this. This is central atom, remaining surrounding atom. Central atom 7, halogen 2, minus charge plus by 2. How much? Again 5. How many bond pairs? 1, 2. Except central atom, 2 are the bond pair, 3 are the lone pair. Both are same. Like that, you have to arrange that. Final option is third option. Next one. Question number 53. Statements about the molecules ion that identify the correct statements. The dipole moment value of NF3 is higher than that of NH3. That is wrong. NH3 is more than NF3. That is statement wrong. Dipole moment value of BH2 is 0. Yes. BH2, beryllium. BH2 is the shape, beryllium surrounding by 2 bonds. 2 bonds means number of bonds are 2. Number of bonds are 2 means sp hybridization. Sp means what is the shape? Linear. Linear shape. That means 2 bond pairs, 0 lone pairs. There you go. Dipole moment representation, more electronegative to less electronegative. So beryllium more electronegative than this one, hydrogen. Both are opposite. Net resultant dipole moment is 0. That means mu equal to 0. The bond order of O2 minus 2 and F2 is same because O2 minus 2 and F2. O2 minus 2, how many electron? Oxygen is 8, again 8, 8 plus 8, 16, charge 2, total 18. Here also 18 electron. F2, atomic number F9, 9 plus 9, 18. Both are in the same electron, mean number of electrons are same, bond order also same. That is also correct. The formal charge of the central oxygen atom is of ozone is plus 1, ozone. This is the structure, ozone molecule structure. Observe here. Actually, each oxygen is surrounding by 2 lone pair. 2 lone pairs are there, but here also 2 lone pairs are there. Already, these 2 lone pairs, what happened? Observe clearly. These 2 lone pairs are there. One of the lone pair is donated to this because this is not satisfying octet. This is donating to this. This is donor. This is acceptor. Donor means it is getting lost. This is loss of charge. That is plus 1. This is acceptor means gaining charge. That is minus 1. Plus 1 to minus 1 means ozone central oxygen plus 1 charge. Surrounding atom one of the oxygen is minus 1 charge. So they are saying central plus 1. Correct only now. NO2. All 3 atoms satisfy the octet rule. Hence it is very stable. Wrong. This is not satisfying the octet rule. This is odd electron species. So limitation of octet rule. One of the point is there. Chemical bonding. Limitation of octet rule. NO2. NO2 is there. One odd electron is there. Odd electron is there means it is not satisfying octet rule. Right? What they said, satisfy the octet rule. That is wrong. So option correct. B, C, D. Next one, question number 54. Choose the reaction with the negative value of entropy. Negative value of entropy means delta n value less than 0. Delta n value greater than 0. Delta n value greater than 0 means entropy is positive. Delta n less than 0 means entropy is negative. N delta n, how to find out? Number of moles of gaseous product minus number of moles of gaseous reactant. Only gases. See the option, third option. Gaseous products 2. Products are 2. Reactants is minus 3. 2 minus 3, that is what? Minus 1. So delta n is less than 0. That is the negative. Next one. Question number 55. At 25 degrees atmosphere, so okay, that's what the combustion of benzene and combustion of acetylene they were given. The change in enthalpy of the reaction. Change in enthalpy of the reaction. Change in enthalpy of the reaction, already reaction is given. They are already given combustion. Combustion means reactant minus products. Formation means product minus reactant. Number of moles of products minus number of moles of reactant means enthalpy of products minus enthalpy of reactants for formation, for combustion. Enthalpy of reactants minus summation of enthalpy of reactants minus summation of enthalpy of products. That is for combustion. Observe here. Right. They are given 3C2H2 useless to C6H6. That means 3 moles of acetylene converted to benzene. That means, so enthalpy of reaction is equal to summation of enthalpy of combustion of reactant minus summation of enthalpy of combustion of what? Products. Enthalpy of reaction minus product. Reactant minus product. Reactant is 3. 3 moles of ethylene. 3 into ethylene value. Ethylene, that is what? 1300 minus product. Product is how much? How many moles? 1 mole. 1 into minus of 3268. So you do that minus into minus plus, you will do the calculation, you will get the answer is minus 632, right. Next one, question number 56. So initial N2 plus 3H2 gives less to 2NH3. Observe clearly here. Initial they are given 1 mole, 3 mole and 2 moles. 1 mole, 3 mole, not 2 mole, that is 0. Right? 1 mole of N2, 3 mole of H2. This is initial. At equilibrium, 1 minus x mole will be consumed. Right? For alpha is called, that is alpha also called alpha also, or x is called degree of dissociation. Remaining how much means 1 minus x. Right? For every 1 mole is alpha. 1 mole for alpha, degree of dissociation for 1 mole only now. But they are given how many mole? 3 mole. 3 mole means how much here? 3 alpha. 3 alpha. 1 mole alpha, like this you have to do every time. 1 mole alpha, 3 mole, 3 alpha. Remaining how much? 3 minus 3 alpha. Then 1 mole alpha, here how many moles? 2 mole. 2 moles means 2 moles alpha, 2 alpha is formed. That means 1 minus x, 3 minus 3, 3 minus, means this is called 1 minus alpha, 3 minus 3 alpha and 2 alpha. This is at equilibrium. Right? Observe here. Now what they said, total number of moles you have to find first. Total number of moles at equilibrium, 1 minus alpha plus 3 minus 3 alpha plus 2 alpha. Then total 1 plus 3, 4, alpha 1, 3 minus 4, 3, what do you call? Right, minus 3 minus 1, minus 4, minus 4 plus 2, that means minus 2 alpha. That means 4 minus 2 alpha at equilibrium, total number of moles. Now question what they given, observe clearly. That closed container, that pressure of 4 atmosphere, the pressure falls from 3 atmosphere. That means initial how much is given? 4, then at equilibrium 3. That means we have to know, what we have to know? P directly proportional to N. That means pressure directly proportional to number of moles. PV equal to nRT. Right? Based on that I am going to say 4 minus 2 alpha, total number of moles at equilibrium. Here total number of moles at equilibrium is how much here? 3. That means 4 moles it changes to 3, already they said. In this you will get alpha. So 2 alpha that side, 3 this side. 2 alpha is equal to 1, alpha is equal to how much here? 0.5. That I want. Sir, how do you know this one? Total number of moles at equilibrium is this one, 4 minus 2 alpha. Right? This you have to equate that. Pressure they are mentioned. Pressure they are mentioned means at equilibrium pressure how much is given? 3. That means falls from 4 to 3. 4 to 3 means equilibrium pressure is 3. That means this is one of the law. Actually we know V directly proportional to N, that is called Avogadro's law. Same like that comparison P directly proportional to N. Then what I can get? 4 minus 2 alpha is equal to 3. Then you will get alpha is equal to 0.5. If alpha is equal to 0.5, substitute here. Alpha is equal to 0.5, 1 minus 0.5, 0.5. 3 minus 3 into 0.5, that is 1.5. 1.5 into 1.5, that is 1.5. 2 into 1.5, 1. These are number of moles. They are asking what? Kp. What they are asking question? Kp. Yes, Kp. Kp means you have to find partial pressure. Partial pressure is equal to, partial pressure of N2 is equal to mole fraction into P total, or P total into mole fraction. Mole fraction of N2. N2 means what? 0.5 by total number of moles how much? 0.5, 1.5, 2 plus 1, total number of moles 3. So partial number of moles of N2 by total number of moles into total pressure is how much? 3. Then I am getting what? 0.5, that is PN2. Next, pH2. pH2 how much? 1.5 by 3 into 3, because total number of moles 3, pressure is 3, again 1.5. NH3. NH3 is how much? 1 by 3 into 3, then how much? Here 1, that is called partial pressure. Based on that you can calculate Kp. What they said Kp last? Decomposition of ammonia means reaction is reverse. Reaction is reverse means 2NH3 is converted to N2 plus 3H2. Write the Kp. Kp means partial pressure of products by partial pressure of reactant. Partial pressure of product is how much? Product N2. N2 how much? 0.5 into H2. H2 how much here? 1.5. How many times? Power. NH3 how much? 1 square. So this is the answer. 1 square means 1. 0.5 into 1.5 power whole power 3 atmosphere square. So option is 56 is second option. Next one 57, just I will give the one hint, then identify. First K1, K2, K3, K4 is given, right? Equilibrium constant. First all four what you have to write? Equilibrium constant K1, K2, K3 you write down. First one K2. K1 means product concentration by reactant concentration. Product first NO power 2 by concentration of N2 and concentration of O2. This is K1. Next to K2, otherwise K3, because first option K3, K1 and K3 is equal to 1. Both K1 and K3 are multiplying means both two reactions are you have to add. So that also K3 what? K3 is equal to what? N2 O2 by NO power 2. That means this is K1, this is K3. I am writing here, what I am writing here? Expression, what you call equilibrium constant expression I am writing now. K1 and K3. K1 and K3 multiplying, then what happened? Product concentration, reactant concentration cancel. This one cancel. I am getting what? 1. That means this I am getting 1 when K1 into K3. First option. So okay. First option is satisfied. First option is correct. Like that, second option, third option you have to check it. Then you will get A and B. Third option you will not get it, you know. A, B. Right? B also. Root K1 means 1 by 2. K1 is divided by 1 by 2. Now 59, 60. Observe. Sorry, 58. Which of the following oxidation reactions are carried out by the both K2Cr2 and KMnO4 in acidic medium? KMnO4 and K2Cr2O7. First MnO4 minus and Cr2O7 minus 2. MnO4 minus changes to Mn2 plus. CrO3. Right. Observe. This you want to know first. MnO4 minus your oxygen state is plus 7, here plus 2, plus 7 to plus 2. That means what? Reduction. Reduction means this is acting as a oxidizing agent. Now Cr2O7, chromium here plus 6, here plus 3. Again oxygen state decreases. Oxygen state decrease means reduction. Reduction means this is also called oxidizing agent. That means KMnO4 and K2Cr2O7 in acidic medium, it is acting as a oxidizing agent. This oxidizing agent means that reactions remaining will be reducing agents. Like that we have to choose. Right? So first one, I minus 2, I2. Oxidation state of I minus 1 is here minus 1, here 0. Minus 1 to 0, that is called oxidation. That means this is acting as a reducing agent. So this reaction is possible. Next one, S minus 2 to S. S is minus 2, here 0. Minus 2 to 0, oxidation. That means this is reducing agent. Fe plus 2 to Fe plus 3. Plus 2 to plus 3, oxidation, reducing agent. So those three options. Remaining 4, I minus 2, IO3. I minus is what? Minus 1. Minus 1 to plus 5. Minus 1 to plus 5 means increases oxidation. This also acting as a reducing agent, but this can be done by only basic medium. These all are done by acidic medium. So acidic medium, basic medium, how to know? Then this will get it in which chapter? What do you call? D and A block. This is 58, not 59. Now 59. The number of ions from the following that are expected behave as a oxidizing agent. Oxidizing agent means which is undergo reduction. Reduction means only that is what? Thallium plus 3 and Pb plus 2. Sorry, Pb plus 4. Thallium plus 4 it changes to thallium plus 1 only now. Pb plus 4 it changes to Pb plus 2. Because thallium and lead, these are stable at plus 1 and plus 2. Thallium is stable at plus 1, lead is stable at plus 2 because of inert pair effect. Because of inert pair effect. Because of inert pair effect, thallium plus 1 and thallium plus 2 is more stable. That means this one changes to plus 3 to plus 2, plus 3 to plus 1. Plus 3 to plus 1 means what? Reduction. Reduction means this acting as a oxidizing agent. Here also plus 4 to plus 2. That plus 4 to plus 2 means that is also reduction. Reduction means this acting as a oxidizing agent. How to know? Last element. This is what? Boron, aluminum, gallium, indium, thallium. Boron family. This is for carbon, silicon, germanium, tin, lead. Lead family. Next one. These two plus 1 and plus 2. This one will exhibit plus 1 plus 3. This will exhibit plus 2 plus 3. Plus 2 plus 4. Plus 1 and plus 2 are more stable because of inert pair effect. So answer is 2. Next one 60. 60 observe the estimating of nitrogen by Geldahl's method. Geldahl's method means formula 14 by 1000 into A1 M1 V1 by mass of organic compound into 100. So here question, both the acid base is given, acid sulfuric acid base is NaOH they are given, neutralization principle. That time here numerator A1 M1 V1 minus A2 M2 V2. They are not given base acid, only given acid means A1 M1 V1. What is A1? A1 for acid, number of replaceable hydrogen. Base NaOH is there, number of replaceable OH minus ion. That A1 is equal number of replaceable hydrogen. A1 is how much? H2SO4, 2. That means 14 by 1000. A1 means 2. M1 means 2. 2 molar. Volume is 2.5. By mass of the organic compound is 0.25 into 100. Then you will get the answer is 56. Next one. The following structures which one is having the staggered conformation with maximum diagonal angle? Staggered conformation means this is called Newman projection formula. Question number 62. Observe. Newman projection formula 62. Staggered conformation means both bulkier groups to the opposite to each other. Opposite. So opposite to each other, which one? Third option. Methyl is above and methyl is other one is below. Both are opposite direction. Opposite direction means repulsions are less. Repulsions are less means more stable. More stable conformation is what do you call? Staggered. Staggered conformation. Less stable conformation is eclipse. Eclipse means fourth option. Less stable. Two methyl groups are closer to each other. Their bond angle is 0. Bond angle, sorry, that bond angle, right. Angle is theta. Angle theta is equal to 0. Where fourth one? Third one is angle is theta is equal to 180. Both are opposite. So third option is staggered. Fourth option is eclipse. Eclipse is least stable. Staggered is more stable. Right. That's all. 63. This is chain propagation steps in the free radical mechanism. That means chlorination of methane, right? Alkane chapter, chlorination of methane, 3 steps are there. First step is chain initiation, chain propagation, chain termination. Termination means all free radical will be joined to form a alkane. Chain initiation means just first whatever the catalyst is, that catalyst will be break down. Halogen, only halogen. Halogen will break down to form ions, free radical. Remaining second step is, this is propagation step is the continuous step. Propagation step is continuous step. So continuous step which one? C and E. Question number 64. Among the following aromatic compounds are, aromatic means it has to satisfy 4n plus 2, then again sp2 hybridization, planar, these are the 3 conditions. One is conjugation, second one is sp2 hybridization, third one is planar, fourth one is 4n plus 2 into pi electron want to satisfy, that is called aromatic. So 64B, first B benzene, yes, satisfy. Next one C observe this one, they are given like this. So actually each carbon must be hybridized in sp2, this is sp2, this also sp2, this also sp2, this also sp2, but this is sp3. Carbene ion is sp3, but we need sp2. When this says negative charge is having the conjugation, what type of conjugation? Double bond, single bond, negative charge. Conjugation is there. When negative charge is conjugation is there, it become sp3 become sp2. That is one of the point. When it is having the conjugation, sp3 become sp2. Why? Because negative charge is not fixed on this position. It is moving to all carbon. That's why when it is having conjugation, sp3 become sp2. That means these are all sp2. When negative charge is there, that is also considered as a 1 pi bond. Total how many pi bond? 1, 2 and 3. Total 6 electron. 6 electron means n equal to 1. That is 4n plus 2 into pi. N equal to 1, 4 plus 2 pi, the total 6 electron, 6 pi electron. So this is satisfying. Answer is B and C. So second option. Next, already 65 question already before I discussed. No osmosis. Why? Actually, we know physically osmosis will take place, but experimentally osmosis will not take place. Observe small explanation. Side X is 0.5, side Y is 0.01. Which is the lower concentration? 0.1 is lower concentration. That means it moves the osmosis, semi-permeable membrane allows only from lower concentrated to higher concentrated, okay. That means physically it is happened. But experimental value, but SPM, semi-permeable membrane, which allows only solvent particle but not solute. But in these two cases, 0.5 m concentration, second case 0.01 m concentration. That means these both are concentrated solution. Concentrated solution means solute is more than solvent. Dilute solution means solvent is more than solute. That means dilute solution is there, it will allows SPM, semi-permeable membranes only allows dilute solution. Dilute solution means solvent is allow but not solute. Solvent is allow means for only dilute solution. But here both one is, both sides, both are on the concentrated solution. Concentrated solution means those are on the solute is more than solvent. Solute is more than solvent means it will not allow the SPM. Solute particle will not allow the SPM, semi-permeable membrane. It will not allow means no brown color formation. That's all. Question number 66. The vapor pressure of pure water A is 10, okay, 10 torr, then next one temperature from like that, okay. This is what? relative lowering vapor pressure. P naught minus P1 is equal to P naught is equal to X solute. X solute means number of moles of solute by number of moles of solute plus number of moles of solvent. X solute by X solute means number of moles of solute by number of moles of solute plus solvent. Right? P naught value is 10. P1 is 9. 9 na? Yes. By 10 is equal to number of moles of solute. Which one is solute here? Which one is solute means 1. 1 gram is solute, 20 gram is the solvent. What they given? The vapor pressure introduced the molecular mass of A is given. So B, number of moles how to find out? Solute 1 by solute we don't know. Number of moles, weight by molecular weight. Weight by molecular weight of the solute, that is molecular weight by number of moles of solute by 1 by molecular weight plus solvent. Solvent which one? 20 gram. 20 by 200. Then you do that. This one do the this one solve the equation. Then you will get the answer is 90 AMU. Next one. Question number 67. MnO4 minus 2 oxidized to MnO4. That means MnO4 minus 2 to MnO4 minus 2. Correct? Reactive state is 7. Reactive state is 6. Change in number of electrons are 7 minus 1, 6. 7 minus 1, 1. That means 1 electron will be transferred here. That means electrochemistry, charge of 1 mole of electron is equal to 1 Faraday. Charge of 1 mole of electron is equal to 1 Faraday. Here how many moles is given? 0.1 mole. How much? That means 0.1 Faraday. 0.1 Faraday means 1 Faraday is equal to 96,500 coulomb. 0.1 into 96,500, then you will get the option is 9650 coulombs. Next one. 68. This is related to Kohlrausch law. Kohlrausch law. Ammonium hydroxide we want to get. Then how to do that? Which option? Third option. Kohlrausch law. Next one. Question number 69. The set of the correct statement, they are asking order of a complex reaction is molecularity of its slowest step. Observe here. Yes, order of complex reaction. Complex reaction means reaction will take place multi steps. Multi steps means on that one of the step must be slowest step. Slow step is called as rate determining step. On that slow step, how many reactants are involving? That reactant, number of moles of reactant is equal to molecularity. So that is correct. Order of complex reaction is molecularity of its slowest step. Correct only. Formation of picric acid from phenol is a parallel reaction. That is wrong. Means which one is the parallel reaction? This is a statement, direct state book. What you call? Phenol reacting with dilute HNO3, not concentrate HNO3. Phenol with dilute HNO3 means you will get orthonitrophenol, paranitrophenol. This is the one of the complex reaction that is called parallel reaction, consequent reaction, that is called parallel reaction. This one. What they said, phenol reacting with concentrated HNO3 you will get the 2, 4, 6 trinitrophenol picric acid. That is wrong. So next one, molecularity of the reaction 2H2O2 plus I minus 2H2O2 is molecularity of the reaction. This also complex reaction. The molecularity is the second order. Molecularity is second and order is 2. This reaction very very important. Molecularity also 2, order also 2. But with respect to H2O2 is 1, I minus also 1. Individual is 1, overall order is 2, molecularity is 2. Next one. SN2 mechanism of methyl bromide reacting with OH minus is element reaction. Correct. SN2 reaction will take place in single step. Reaction will take place in single step is called an elementary reaction. Correct. So that is also correct. Question number 70. They are given equation, they are asking the temperature. First you find the half-life, first order. T of is equal to 0.693 by K. Now find K. 0.693 by T is how much? 0.693 by T is how much is given? 6.93 into 10 power minus 3 is equal to K. Right? Now K value you will get. What you will get? K value? K value you will get 100. Then you solve this equation. That K value substitute in this equation. Log K. Log K means log 100 is equal 14 minus 1.2 into 10 power 4 by T. Log 100. Log 100 means 2. 2 equal to 14 minus 1.2 into 10 power 4 by T. This equation is solved. So first we have to find K. K find by using half-life. Yes, I got half-life, K value. That K value substitute in the given equation. Then I substituted, then I want T. What is T? Temperature. Then solve this equation, we will get the temperature. The temperature value is how much? 1000 Kelvin. Next, 71, 72 easy, direct questions. The set of elements which exhibit the same atomic radii, zirconium and niobium, tantalum, 8th group, 8th B, cobalt and nickel, both are same. Next one, electronic configurations of gadolinium, europium and terbium. So, gadolinium atomic number already, europium already given, 63, 64 and 65. So, electronic configuration, general electronic configuration observed now. XE, right? 4F1 to 14, 5D0 to 1, 6S2. This is only general electronic configuration of lanthanides. XE, xenon. For actinides, xenon plus radon, 5F1 to 14, 620 to 1, 7S2. That is what actinide. This is lanthanide. Based on this, you have to fill that. That means d orbital can accommodate 0 or 1 based on the situation. S orbital compulsory 2 electron, but F is 1 to 14. Based on that, this configuration using, you can do the electronic configuration. You can write the electronic configuration. That is what? Fourth option. 73. What they are asking? Coordination number and oxidation state. So that is also easy. 74. CH3CH2 twice OH NABR. That means OH is replaced by Br. Which option? Fourth option. Next one. CH3 twice COH. That OH replaced by HCl. That means OH replaced by Cl. Which option? Third option. Next one. OH replaced by Br. Which one? 1. OH replaced by Cl. Which one? Second one. But finally, which option? First option. Next one. Question number 75. These all are related statement question. So this is the nomenclature. An allyl halide halogen atom double bond is attached to sp3 hybridized carbon adjacent to the carbon-carbon double bond. Correct only no. Halogen atom attached to sp3 hybridized next to carbon-carbon double bond. Correct. In benzyl halide halogen atom attached to sp3 hybridized carbon to aromatic ring. Correct. In vinyl halide halogen atom is bonded to sp2 hybridized carbon of carbon-carbon double bond. Correct. In aryl halide halogen atom is directly bonded to sp2 hybridized carbon atom of aromatic ring. Correct. That means all A, B, C, D. All. Next one. Question number 76. CO plus 2H2, zinc oxide plus chromium trioxide you will get. This is called preparation of methanol. That means commercial preparation of methanol. You will get the methanol first. Methanol is reacting with acid. Alcohol reacting with acid. Carboxylic acid. Followed by H2SO4. H2SO4 uses dehydration. Water you have to remove. OH from here. H from here. Then what I can get? CH3CO OCH3. This is called ester. So option is second option. Question number 77. Pyridine. OH reacting with acid chloride, CH3COCl. Acid chloride means H and Cl, HCl eliminate, you will get the answer is OCOCH3. H and Cl, OCOCH3, CHO. Then followed by NaBH4. NaBH4 is a mild reducing agent. Mild reducing and selective reducing agent. It will reduce selective functional groups. One is aldehyde, other one is ketone, third one is acid halide. These three only know. But this is ester. This is aldehyde. Double one will not touch. Ester will not reduce. Double one will not reduce. This will reduce it to alcohol. CHO is converted to CH2OH. That is what second option. Now 78 also you know. Which one is not aldehyde? First one, benzyl chloride with H2PDBSO4. That is called Rosenman reduction. Aldehyde. PHC and C triple bond SnCl2 plus HCl. That is called Stephen reaction. Aldehyde. PHC triple bond N Grignard reagent. That will get ketone. Last one, ester is dibal H. Dibal H is a selective reducing agent. Selective reducing agent for only esters and cyanides will convert to corresponding aldehyde. That means 1, 2, 4 is correct aldehyde. Third one is ketone. That is wrong. Question number 79. Nucleophilic addition reaction. Nucleophilic addition reaction. Which one is more reactive? Aldehydes are more reactive than ketone because of steric and electronic effects. So which one highest? First one formaldehyde. Next one ethanol 1, 2. Next one 4. Both are 3 and 4 are both are ketones. But in the which ketone is less steric hindrance? Fourth one. Acetone is the less steric hindrance. Fourth one is the most steric hindrance because phenyl group. Benzene rings. So answer is 1, 2, 4, 3. Question number 80. An aromatic compound A in the molecular formula something is given. Vigorous oxidation it gives the terephthalic acid. Terephthalic acid means 1, 4. First position and fourth position will be acid. Also from 2, 4 DNP derivative reduces Tollens reagent. Reduces Tollens reagent means it must be aldehyde. Yes, it must be aldehyde. Okay, 7 carbons are there. Now, 8th carbon must be para position. This on vigorous oxidation. Vigorous means strong oxidizing agent. This aldehyde is converted to acid. Methyl group also converted to acid. So, this is called acid, this is also called acid. This is called terephthalic acid. 1, 4 is called terephthalic acid. 1, 2 is called phthalic acid. Phthalic acid. Observe now. So, option is second option. Question number 81. CH3, CH2, CH2I reacting with NaCN. Then what I can get? CH3, CH2, CH2. I is replaced by Cn, NaCN. OH on partial hydrolysis, listen carefully. Complete hydrolysis means cyanide is directly converted to acid. Partial hydrolysis means it is converted to amide. Now this one. They are mentioned partial hydrolysis. Partial cyanide and hydrolysis. Cyanide means, observe clearly, carbon, nitrogen and the triple bond. These 3 bonds you have to break, you have to add 3 water molecule. Complete, that is directly converted to acid. Now they said partial hydrolysis means first we converted to amide followed by hydrolysis. Then again amide reacting with NaOH Br2. This is called Hoffman bromide reaction. Amide to amine. That means this CO is eliminated. Number of carbon atoms are n. The reactant n-1. That means 1 carbon atom will be decreases. That is called propanamine. That means propylamine. Next one 82. NO2 followed by Cl2 FeCl3, that is called nitration. Cl2 followed by FeCl3, that is called FeCl, that is called halogenation. This group is electron withdrawing group. Electron withdrawing group is there, incoming electrophile moves to meta position. So, this is the product NO2 and Cl. Electron releasing group is there, ortho para. Electron withdrawing group is there, meta. Then followed by SnHCl, tin. That is called reduction. Nitro is converted to what? Aniline. Then followed by NaNO2HCl. NaNO2HCl means diazonium salt. Diazonium salt is followed by cuprous chloride, that is called Sandmeyer reaction. And what I can get? Direct answer I am writing now. There Cl and Cl. That means 1,3 dichlorobenzene. That is second option. Now question number 83, vitamins. Vitamin A. Vitamin A is xerophthalmia. Vitamin B12, chlosis. Vitamin D, rickets. Vitamin B6, convalescence. That's all. Next one, 84. This 84 sequence is given. Amino acid sequence. Amino acid sequence is given. This amino acid sequence first starting is 309. This amino acid sequence you should know. First 309. That is next one serine, aspartic acid, glycine and alanine. Right? 85. Reducing nature. This is related to P block amma. Night NH3, phosphorus, ASH3, nitrogen, phosphorus, arsenic, SbH3, antimony, bismuth. These are the nitrogen hydrides. Reducing nature increases from NH3 to BH3. Right, that is correct only now. Because from top to bottom atomic size increases. Reducing nature means gain of electron. Otherwise, gain of electron also called, what do you call? Reducing nature. Reducing means what? Gain of electron, lose of electron. Gain of electron. Where will gain electron? Very easy, here. So, reducing nature is increased from top to bottom because size increases. Tendency to donate the lone pair of electron decreases from, these are basic nature, NH3 to BH3. Tendency to donate the lone pair of electron, which one is more? Nitrogen is more because nitrogen is a small size. Small size means it is able to donate the lone pair of electron compared to this. That's why it is more basic than less basic. Next one, the stability of hydrides decrease from NH3 to BiH3. That means NH3 to BiH3. Stability order. NH3 is the more stable than BiH3. Why? Because small size, more attraction. That is also correct. Bond angle. Same hydrides bond angle from NH3 to BiH3. Bond angle will be decreases. Bond angle will be decreases from this one because this ammonia sp3 hybridization bond angle is 107 degree. Next one all are having sp3 hybridization, but bond angle will be decreases because from phosphorus onwards it is involved pure p orbital. Pure p orbital is involving means only bond angle will be decreases, somewhat nearly same also. That is also correct. 86, 87. 86 observe. Aluminum is more electropositive than thallium as standard electrode potential, and E naught of aluminum is negative, E naught of thallium is positive. Correct. That means these are what? SRP values. SRP values of aluminum is more negative than thallium. More negative means more reactive. Correct. So next one, statement 2. the sum of the first three ionization enthalpy of boron is very high. That means boron never will exhibit plus 3 oxidation state is the one point. This is what also p block element. Boron never will exhibit plus 3 oxidation state. Boron will exhibit minus 3 oxidation state because of this reason. Sum of the first three ionization energies plus 1 plus 2 plus 3. First sum of the first three ionization enthalpies of boron is very high. That is the reason. So both statement 1 and statement 2 correct. Next one. 87. The salt which few drops of the simple reason observe now. The total you will read. Cation is some here int is given apple green. Apple green is for second year group. Second year group means calcium, strontium, barium. Calcium, strontium, barium. Colors you should know. Calcium is brick red. Brick red. Strontium is crimson red. Barium is apple green. These are the colors. This is colors only second year group I am saying now. Second year group, these are the cations. Brick red, crimson red, apple green. They are given apple green. Apple green means cation must be barium. Based on the color, we can decide. Next one. Here the salt anion, the carbonate, extract the sodium solution heated with the concentration of 3 ammonium molybdate. Ammonium molybdate means compulsory, that is called phosphate. That means phosphorus. That means what? PO4 3 minus. So yellow precipitate with molybdenum, ammonium phosphomolybdate you will get it. Ammonium phosphomolybdate is yellow color precipitate. So barium and phosphate. Next one. 88. Sodium bicarbonate solution. Sodium bicarbonate solution is weak base. Weak base for identification of carboxylic acid. Neutral ferrichloride, very very important. Neutral ferrichloride is for identification of phenolic group. Ceric ammonium nitrate for the identification of alcohol or distinguished test for alcohol is already you know that is called Lucas reagent. Like that ceric ammonium nitrate also. Alkaline KMnO4. Alkaline KMnO4 is called Bayer's reagent. Bayer's reagent is called identification of unsaturation. That is called double bond. Next one. Which of the following compound will reduce both lithium aluminum nitrate as well as NaBH4? First you have to see NaBH4. You have to see NaBH4. Question number 89. So NaBH4 will reduce a selective functional group, that is what? Ketone, aldehyde and acid chloride. So NaBH4 will reduce means compulsory lithium aluminum nitrate also will reduce. So option is third 5. So first one is amide will not reduce. Second one double bond will not reduce. Third one ketone will reduce. Fourth one anhydride will not reduce. Fifth one acid chloride will reduce. So 3 and 5. To make this ether, which of the following reaction will be most suitable? Ether means most suitable. Ether formation means ether combination. Alkyl halide, observe now, for better yield. Alkyl halide must be primary. Alkoxide ion must be tertiary. This combination will give the better yield. It is follows SN2 mechanism. So alkyl halide primary alkyl halide means which one? SN2. That's all. So for better yield of ether, which combination we need? Alkyl halide must be primary, alkoxide must be tertiary. This you have to remember. Don't remember both. This one, alkyl halide must be primary. This is the question number 90. Alkyl halide must be primary. Alkyl halide primary means it is follows SN2 path. That's all. This is the information about paper. Okay, Amma. Thank you.
Good evening, my dear students. Now today let us discuss third grand test paper. So which involves of course somewhat lengthy question paper. So calculation takes more time, but let us discuss only some selected questions which you feel difficult. So those questions only I will explain, and the key also I will give to you. Now let's go for the question number 2. So question number is one direct basic point. Question number 2, let's go for that. So here they have given, if force, work and velocity are taken as fundamental quantities, then the dimensions of time they are asking. Therefore now, so time, let us suppose t is equal to, they have given f power a, so work power b, and so they have given velocity power c, let us substitute, and t dimension formula, so m power 0, l power 0, t power when you can take, and force dimension formula m power 1, l power 1, t power minus 2 into a, and work dimension formula m power 1, l power, so 2, l power 2, t power minus 2, that is a b, and velocity dimension formula l power 1, t power minus 1 into cm. Therefore now what you can get now, so m power 0, let me take, this is the equation number 1, right? We have to assume t is equal to f power a, so work power b and velocity power the c, and m power 0, l power 0, t power 1, and here let us see that, so here 1 into a and 1 into b, therefore total m power a plus b we have it, because, and here m power 1 is there, whole power a, m power 1 whole power b, l power 1 whole power a, l power 2 b, and l power 1 c. Therefore now you can say l power, so a plus 2b plus c, right? And lastly time is what, therefore minus 2a minus 2b, so minus c is there, therefore t power minus 2a, so minus 2b and minus c. And just so compare the equations you can get now. So a plus b is equal to 0. From this you can say what, so b is equal to, so minus a, and the second equation what, so a plus 2b plus c is equal to, so that is the a plus 2b plus c, and the power of the L is equal to 0, a plus 2b plus c, that is also equal to 0. From this you can say, so a is equal, b is equal to minus a, so b is equal to minus a means what, or a is equal to minus b if you substitute. Therefore now what you can get, b is equal to, b plus c is equal to 0. See here, so in place of the a plus b is equal to 0 means b is equal to minus a. If you substitute b is equal to minus a or a is equal to minus b, this becomes minus b plus 2b plus c. Therefore b plus c is equal to 0. Again you can say what, that is equal to, so c is equal to, so minus b, or c is equal to minus of minus b, a. So last one is what, so minus 2a minus 2b and minus c is equal to, here how much is that, that is equal to 1. Now here what, so c is equal to minus b is equal to a, in place of the b you substitute, in place of the b you substitute the minus a, and in place of the c you substitute a, then what, after simplification you will get the a, b, c value, those a, b, c value substitute in the equation number 1, so you will get the answer for that. So what power, force power is what, and work power is what, and so velocity power is what, you will get by solving these equations, you substitute there. That is the next what, third question. Question number 3 is, they have given, when a body is projected vertically up from the ground, its potential energy and the kinetic energy at a point P are in the ratio, so 2:3. If the same body is projected with double the previous velocity, then at the same point P, the ratio of potential energy and the kinetic energy would be, they are asking. For example, if you take, this is the point, so if you take, this is the ground, and so at this point, that point name I will take that P they have given, and let us suppose the height of this point h, and at this point the velocity, for example v I am taking that, and the initial velocity, for example u nana. Right? Therefore, initial speed of the projection u, and after reaching to point P, the final velocity is v, and at this moment, so they have given one relation. So what, that is equal to, so at that moment, now question number 3, potential energy mgh by kinetic energy of mv square. So is given how much? There is a 2/3, and here one small thing we have to change. mgh by, so half mv square, half m into velocity formula what amma, u square minus 2gh formula, because for vertical projection case the velocity at any point is given by what amma, v square is equal to, so u square minus 2gh, remember that value. So relation between v and u is given by v square is equal to u square minus 2gh, and that is equal to what, that is equal to, so 2 by 3 I am taking that, so mgh by, so half mu square, right, it is half mu square, this half m if you multiply inside you are getting what amma, so mgh that is equal to, so 2 by 3, therefore now here you can get, so mgh by, so kinetic energy, initial kinetic energy k naught, because at the point of projection it has only initial kinetic energy k naught is equal to half m u square, okay, because there is no potential energy because it is at the ground. Therefore now what, so k naught minus mgh is equal to what, so 2 by 3 I have taken. Again from this what you can say now, so if you take the cross multiplication, so 3 mgh is equal to 2 into k naught minus 2 mg, and after that you can get, so 5 mg h is equal to 2 k naught, and finally let us suppose mgh is equal to 2 by 5, so k naught I will take, let me take equation number 1. Okay, now so tell me amma, from this equation only I am taking that, so let me take this is the equation only. Therefore second case, what, second case, and here in the second case they made the velocity becomes double, means what, the speed of the projection become double. When the speed of the projection double, there is no change in the potential energy at the point B, because potential energy purely depends upon the height of the body. It does not depend upon the point from where with what speed you are projecting. Okay, that depends only on the kinetic energy. Therefore now what, so again at this point the ratio they are asking amma, mgh by, this principle only I will use. What you can get now, of m into, that is equal to 2u whole square minus mgh. This ratio only they are asking. Final ratio. So means what? When the speed of the particle becomes double at the point P, so what is the ratio between potential and kinetic energy? So potential energy does not change amma. At this point energy is mgh, at this point also after becoming the double also mgh only. Therefore now after simplification you can get what now, it is equal to mgh by half mu square, then you can get a 2 square means what, 4 into k naught minus mgh. Therefore where mgh is there, from the equation number 1 you substitute 2 by 5 k naught, therefore you can get the answer, that is equal to mgh place, I am replacing with 2 by 5 k naught by, so 4 k naught by mgh how much amma, 2 by 5 k naught, and after simplification so you will get the answer. So that the given option, so what that, so third question is the second option is correct amma. Therefore 1 by 9 you will get the answer. Okay, therefore in this case when you become the speed of projection double, there is no change in the potential energy at the point P. Previously what energy, what potential energy is there at the point P, same energy also will be there. So at the, so if you project the speed, if you project the particle with a double of the speed, right? Next, let's go for the fourth question. Question number 4. That is the prism question. In the figure, what is the refractive index of the material of the prism with respect to the air when the angle of deviation 30 degrees they have given? If you see the diagram, so angle of incidence they have given. Angle of incidence I is equal to 45 degrees. Angle of emergence is equal to also 45 degrees. Therefore, the given delta means what, compulsory is equal to delta minimum only. Because when angle of incidence is equal to angle of emergence both are 45, then that prism is under minimum deviation. Under minimum deviation, so what you can say, so what they have given, so first of all we have to find out what mu is equal. Question is what, when the refractive index formula, you know, refractive index formula, mu is equal to sine of a plus delta minimum by 2, so by what, by sine of a by 2. Here they have given delta minimum, so delta minimum that is equal to angle of deviation 30 degrees given, but only thing is how to find out the a value. Okay, so before finding the mu value, refractive index of the given prism, we people have to find out the A value. Then what they are asking? Yes. So what is the relation? Therefore, from the relation, so delta plus A is equal to I1 plus I2. Therefore, delta is nothing but delta minimum. I am taking that. So plus A, I1 is equal to nothing but what? I plus E. Therefore, if you substitute idu 30 plus A, this is I value is I plus E, 90 degrees. Therefore, angle of prism is equal to what? 60 degrees. We got it. This is angle of prism. So next, Ali substitute model, you will get the answer. Therefore, the refractive index mu is equal to sine of 60 plus 30 by 2, and by what? By sine A by 2, 60 by 2, and simplify. So you will get the any one of the option, and third option root 2 answer will come because 90 by 2 45, sine 45 1 by root 2, sine 60 by 2 means sine 31 by 2, 2 goes upside, 2 by root 2. So 2 by root 2 can be changed as what? Root 2. Therefore, this is the problem. Therefore, here clearly we have to understand when angle of incidence is equal to angle of emergence, we can confirm the angle of deviation is equal to minimum value, that is the 30 degrees. Under minimum deviation, the refractive index of the prism is given by mu is equal to sine of A plus, so delta minimum by 2 by what? Sine A by 2. Next, question number 5. So question number 5, that is the direct question, least count of by using the screw gauge direct formula you can solve it. Next, sixth question, the pressure increase on the fluid in a syringe when a nurse applies a force of 42 Newton to the syringe's circular piston, which has a radius of 1.1 centimeter. That is also direct. Therefore, now the question number 6, they have given, so force, pressure is equal to what? Pressure is equal to force by area, and F by, that is equal to, they have given radius, that is equal to what? Pi into R square. F value given 42 Newton, and pi is equal to 3.14, and R is equal to 1.1 centimeter, nothing but what? 1.1 into 10 power minus 2 meters, and square it, you will get the answer direct. That is also not need to explain. Now let's go for the seventh question. Seventh question they are asking. So what is that now? Seventh question is, a body of mass m has its position x at time t expressed by the equation. So like that, the instantaneous force F on the body is proportional to. So generally what the force formula? Force is equal to, so means F is equal to m into A. Here from the given displacement, we people have to find out the A value first of all. Acceleration value we have to find out. Instantaneous acceleration. First of all, velocity is what? V is equal to, so dx by dt. V is equal to dx by dt from the given. X is equal to 3 into t power 3 by 2 plus 2t plus 1 by 2. Therefore, now 3 is the common. Now differentiation of that is what? So 3 by 2 into, so t power 1 by 2 plus, next what? That is the 2 you will get, and plus what? 0. So now here from this V is equal to, so here 3 by 2, yes, 3 by 2. Therefore 9 by 2 into, so t power 1 by 2 plus, so 2. This is the, so instantaneous velocity. But we need what? Acceleration. Acceleration what now? So dv by dt again. That is equal to, so 9 by 2 is the common. If you take this one 1 by 2 into what? T power 1 minus 1 by 2 means what? 1 by 2 minus 1 means what? That is equal to, so you are getting what? Minus 1 by 2 plus what? 0. Therefore, what is the force formula? Force F is equal to mass into acceleration. So if you substitute here, therefore 9 by 4 means what? 9 m by 4 into t power minus 1 by 2. Therefore, what? Force is directly proportional to t power minus 1 by 2 is the answer for that. Okay, simple, just you find out the acceleration instantaneously, and just you take the multiplication F is equal to m into A. So you can find out the answer directly proportional to, so t power minus 1 by 2. Next question number 8. It is looking like lengthy question, but so if you follow the rules, right hand rule, and if you follow the right hand thumb rule, and you can find out the direction of magnetic field which is not equal to 0. Direct rule only. So looking like very lengthy but not neat. Just so at the center the direction of magnetic field towards the left side, and you can find out by using that. Next, ninth question. Two protons are kept at a distance at a separation of 10 nanometers. So they have given the distance how much? So question number 9. The separation between them d is equal to, so 10, yes, that is equal to 10 nanometers, nothing but 10 into 10 power minus 9 meters. Right? Now what they are asking that, so be the nuclear force and the electromagnetic force between them they are asking. Generally, nuclear force will be act if the distance between them means what? So nuclear force is there. Nuclear force will be there. Nuclear force will be act if the distance d lesser than or equal to 1 fermium. This is the condition. Means what? The minimum distance how much? So the larger distance means what? D must and should be or less than or equal to much? 1 into 10 power minus 15 meter. If the given distance is more than this value, there is no nuclear force. Only electrostatic force will be active. Understand? Therefore, now what they have given? Distance d is equal to 10 into 10 power minus 9 meters. That is equal to 1 into 10 power minus 8 meter. Therefore, compare with this distance. So this distance is very, very, very large. So when the distance between the two charged particles is more than the 1 Fermi at that moment, so what? So the nuclear force will be at this moment, the nuclear force F naught is almost 0, but electric force is not equal to 0. Therefore, we can confirm what? Fe greater than, so F nuclear force. So just we can say this answer by using the concept of the distance only, right? Therefore, the given distance 10 nanometer is much greater than 1 Fermi. Therefore, between those two charged particles, I mean protons, so there is no nuclear force. Therefore, now what? Only electrostatic force will be act. Next, so question number 10th beta. So what is the path difference between the waves they are asking? First of all, the given equations, what y1 is equal to, that's a sine omega t minus 2 pi x by, so lambda, and y2 is equal to a cos of omega t minus 2 pi x by lambda. If you closely you see, this angular function is the same. Here omega t minus 2 pi x, here also omega t minus 2 pi x. When angular function is the same and here sine is there, here cos is there, therefore the phase difference pi is equal to compulsory what? That is equal to pi by 2. Phase difference is equal to what? Pi by 2. Therefore, between these two functions, one is the sine and one is the cos, and both are having the same angular displacement omega t minus 2 pi x by lambda. Therefore, now what? The phase difference is equal to, phase difference nothing but what? So between sine and cos, we have to convert cos into sine or sine into cos. Therefore, you can find out pi is equal to pi by 2. This pi is equal to pi by 2 always corresponds. So corresponds a path difference of what? A path difference of delta is equal to lambda by 4 only. Right or not? Therefore, so pi is equal to lambda. Therefore, now what? Pi is equal to pi by 2 and delta x is equal to lambda 5 only. We will get the answer. Otherwise, so what is the relation between them? Now that phase difference are, so pi by x is always equal to 2 pi by lambda. Remember this one. So phase difference by path difference is always equal to 2 pi by x, 2 pi by lambda, and so pi is equal to how much we got? So we want the x value. Therefore, x by pi is equal to lambda by 2 pi, and x is equal to lambda by 2 pi into pi. Remember this formula, or you can get the direct answer for anything. Therefore, x is equal to lambda by 2 pi, so into, so pi value how much? Pi is equal to, we got, so pi by 2 and pi cancel is equal to lambda by 4, or you can take direct, right? No, therefore now so question number 11. In the question number 11, by following the Kirchhoff voltage and Kirchhoff current rules, we can prove that, so at B and at E, both are having the same potential. So because it takes a lot of time, and while explaining the, so effective resistance between the opposite corners, effective resistance between the diagonally opposite points, and effective between the diagonally face diagonally opposite points. We can derive this one. Therefore, now what here in the 11th question, B and E both are at the same potential. When two points are at the same potential, potential difference is equal to 0. When potential difference between 2 points is equal to 0 or across the resistor is equal to 0, through that there is no current, because to flow the current compulsory we need a potential difference requirement. Next question number 12. Question number 12, they have given like this. 3-point masses M1, M2, M3 are located at the vertices of an equilateral triangle of length A. The moment of inertia of the system about an axis along the altitude of the triangle passing through the M1 they are asking. So what? This is one equilateral triangle. And if you consider this is the mass M1 and this is the mass M2 and this is what? Mass M3. Therefore, now what? The axis of rotation is passing through the altitude. So this is nothing but the altitude, right or not? Therefore, it is rotating like this. Therefore, moment of inertia due to a single particle formula what? I is equal to m into r square. So this is the moment of inertia due to a particle. For any particle you can take them. For any particle. For any particle. Here what is the m? Mass of the particle. What is the r? R is the position of the particle. Which position? Perpendicular distance of the particle from the axis of rotation. Therefore, m1 moment of inertia I1 is equal to 0. Why? Because the axis of rotation passing through the m1. Therefore, now distance is equal to 0, moment of inertia 0. Therefore, they given what? This total side length is a. Therefore, this distance becomes what? A by 2, and this distance also becomes what? A by 2. Therefore, the second particle from the axis of rotation, so is at a distance of a by 2. The third particle M3 also is at a distance of a by 2 from the axis of rotation. Therefore, now what you can say? Therefore, now here the total moment of inertia is given by I is equal to I1 plus I2 plus I3, and I1 is equal to 0. I2 is equal to M2 into R2 square, nothing but a by 2 whole square plus M3 a by 2 whole square. Therefore, what we can say here? M2 into a square by 4 plus M3 into a square by 4. Therefore, finally M2 plus M3 into a square by 4 is the correct answer. Okay, this is the moment of inertia concept. Next, question number 14. Question number 13 model is there in our material, and you can go through that question. Therefore, question number 14th, let's go for that. And what is that? So 8 capacitors, each of capacity are connected as shown in the figure. The equivalent capacity between x and y they are given. Therefore, this is the diagram. So here they have given one capacitor like this, one more capacitor like this, and here one more capacitor they have given, and here one more capacitor, here one capacitor, and here one capacitor, and here one more capacitor. Therefore, here between x and y, so this is the x point, this is the y point, they have given between x and y. So we have to find out what is the effective capacitance. So like they have given all are identical capacitors. C only between x and y, we have to find out. If you see the diagram, any two capacitors in this diagram are not in the series, are not in the parallel. So such a type of the problems can be solved by using the symmetrical methods. So what is the meaning of symmetrical methods? So along the x and y we have to find out what? So effective capacitance. Therefore, perpendicular to x and y, so if you follow the perpendicular symmetry, if you follow the perpendicular symmetry means what? So along this line, if you keep a plane mirror like this, if you keep a mirror like this, therefore this one acting as image of this one, therefore this is called as a perpendicular symmetry or mirror symmetry. So if along this one any junctions are there, those are going to be cut. right? We can cut them. Why? Because so according to perpendicular axis or mirror symmetry, perpendicular symmetry or mirror symmetry. So what? Here this junction is so we can cut. Therefore now here after cutting the junction, now what? Only we have to cut the junction. Now this two becomes what? This two becomes what? In series only. Right? Therefore now what? Now the new diagram becomes that is equal to, so here C and C both are in series. And this is a C, both are in series means what? C by 2. C by 2 and C again both are in parallel, right or not? So here C by 2 combination is in series, this series combination is again in parallel with the C. Therefore now the final diagram is we are getting like this. This is the C and this is the, so 2C, sorry, this is the C plus C by 2, much that is equal to C plus C by 2 is equal to 3C by 2. So here you can get 3C by 2. Here last one I am taking the C. Here this is what? C, and finally here what? This is the C and this is also C. We can confirm like that. Therefore, so this is the, so X and this is the Y again. Okay. Now what? You do C. This is C, and you know, so these two are again C. Both are in the series. Now we can write as a single. Therefore, what? That is equal to C by 2 only. Right? Again, so these two are in, all these three are in the series combination. Use this formula. 1 by C1 is equal to 1 by C plus 1 by C plus 1 by 3C by 2. So you will get 1 by C1 is equal to something after simplification. So you are getting that C1 is equal to C. C something you will get, and here you take this is the C2. Finally, the C effective is equal to C1 plus C2. Don't forget to solve. So here 1 by CS for the upper branch. For the series branch, 1 by C1 is equal to 1 by C plus 1 by C, 1 by 3C by 2, and simplify, you will get the C1 value. And here what? So this is the C2 is equal to C by 2. Again, this branch and this branch both are in the parallel. Therefore, final answer C1 is equal to C by 2, C1 is equal to C1 plus C2, C1 is equal to C by 2, C2 is equal to, you substitute from that value only. Okay. So next question number 15. So question number 15, if the linear momentum of your body is increased by 50%, then the kinetic energy of that body increases by how much? They are asking. This is a regularly asking question, a very, very important model. They have given what? Percentage increase means what? P2 by P1 minus 1 into 100 is given by 50%. This is the symbol or representation of, so what? Percentage change, final momentum by initial momentum minus 1 into 100. Not only momentum, you can take anything. Therefore, now what here? So P2 by, so P1 minus 1 is equal to, so 50 by 100, that is equal to 1 by 2. After simplify, so P2 by P1 is equal to minus 1 goes that side, 1 plus 1 by 2 means what? 3 by 2. Let me take equation number 1. And one more relation is there or not? What is that? So from the formula, so K is equal to what? Kinetic energy is equal to P square by 2m. This is the relation between the linear momentum and kinetic energy. So mass is constant, therefore now what? K is directly proportional to P square. And from this principle we can say, so what? That is a K2 by K1 is equal to P2 by P1 whole square. That is equal to P2 by P1 already you got 3 by 2. Therefore now 9 by 4. And if you take the minus 1 on both sides, K2 minus 1 is equal to 9 by 4 also minus 1. Just subtract 1 from the left and right side. Therefore, now what? 9 by 4, that is equal to 5 by 4. And if you take the into K2 by K1 minus 1 into 100, if you multiply with 100, this is our final answer. 5 by 4 into 100 is equal to how much? 4 ones are 4 25 is equal to how much? 125% is the answer. Okay, so that is a regularly asking model, and sometimes they will ask the percentage change in the kinetic energy is given by like this. So what is the percentage change in the momentum? You have to follow like this. But if the percentage change means delta P by P, this is also one more symbol for that amount. Delta P by P is less than 5%. If the percentage change in the momentum is so less than 5%, direct answer you can go. So delta k by k into 100 is equal to power how much here? K is directly proportional to, so power p power 2 means what, how much? That is 2 into delta p by p into 100. Okay, so direct we can go, and this is also important, right? And this is we have to apply when, if the percentage change in the momentum is less than 5%. If it is less than 5%, direct answer, not need to use the anything. Therefore, delta k by k into 100 is equal to 2 into delta p by p into 100. Why? Because here kinetic energy is directly proportional to square of the momentum. Here what power is there? That power only we have to multiply here. If it is a p power 3, so you multiply the 3. If the p power n, you multiply the n there, you can find out. Next. Right. Next. So question number 16, that is the metal question director. So next 17th question. A galvanometer has a coil of resistance, 17th one. So G is equal to given, that is equal to 100 ohm. Gives a full scale deflection for 30 milliampere. Yes. So galvanometer current is equal to 30 into 10 power minus 3 ampere. That is equal to 3 into 10 power minus 2 ampere. So if it is to work a voltmeter of 30 volts, means what, V is equal to 30 volts they have given. Then they are asking what the resistance required to added will be. Therefore now what? So R is equal to how much to convert into the formula what ma? So direct formula, R is equal to V by Ig minus Gm. This is called as a multiplier. Okay, to convert a galvanometer into voltmeter, we have to connect a high resistance in series to the galvanometer, that converts into voltmeter. That high resistance connected in series is called as a multiplier. And to convert the galvanometer into ammeter, you have to connect a small resistance in parallel to the galvanometer. So that combination converts into, so ammeter, that small resistance what you connected in parallel is called as what, a shunt. Therefore now what, R is equal to V by Ig. Therefore if you substitute, this is 30 by 3 into 10 power minus 2, so minus G value. So you can take, that is how much, 100, and this is the 10 means 1000. 1000 minus 100 is equal to 900 ohm. That is so series resistance required to convert. Next. So 18th question. Electric flux through a closed surface is 0. It means that, very simple, that is the algebraic sum of all the charges present inside the surface is equal to 0. Charges equal to 0 inside is not correct. Algebraic sum, for example, sum of the positive charge is equal to sum of the negative charges, not number of the charges. Okay na? Therefore the total negative charge must and should be equal to total positive charge. Therefore the sum of them must be equal to 0 then. So what? So the electric flux through the surface is equal to 0. Next. Question number 19th. Question number 19th. An object moves at a constant speed along a circular path in a horizontal xy plane. Yes, let us take that. So horizontal xy plane. This is the horizontal xy plane. So with the center at the origin. When the object is at x is equal to minus 2 meter, for example, if you take so this is the origin, and what? So at this moment, right now, so they have given what, x is equal to minus 2 meter. I will take so this is nothing but what, a radius only. For example, at this moment I will take, this is 2 meters, right? Therefore this is the origin. At x is equal to 2 meter, so the object is moving with what velocity, minus 4 meter per second downward. Means what, this none given. Okay, because why we have to take this direction? Why? Because you see the value, the velocity is downward. Velocity along the negative y-axis they have given, no. So velocity along the x is equal to given what, x is equal to, can be taken as the radius is equal to minus 2 meters, and velocity vector they have given v bar is equal to minus 4 into j cap. 4 j cap means what, the velocity at this moment is downwards. Now the question is what, Amma? What is the object acceleration when it is at y is equal to 2 meter? When a particle moves with a uniform speed in circular motion, now we can call, so what that is, that has only centripetal acceleration, radial acceleration is equal to 0. The centripetal acceleration always acting toward the center. And here what? So our v value, and v value is the speed is equal to 4 meter per second. This is indicating vector form and this is magnitude. Therefore, the magnitude of the centripetal acceleration is equal to v square by r, that is equal to 4 into 4 by r is equal to 2. So that's what we can say, ma. So 8 meter per second square is the magnitude, but in the options we have to represent the direction. Therefore, now at what point y is equal to plus 2? Where is the y is equal to plus 2? Therefore, if it is the y axis, if it is a y axis, now this can be taken as y is equal to plus 2. So now what? At this moment, the particle centripetal acceleration always acting toward the center. Correct? Now at this moment, centripetal acceleration acting this side, and at this point, centripetal acceleration is this side, and at this point, centripetal acceleration is this side. So at each and every point on the path of this circle, the centripetal acceleration acting toward the center. Therefore, now what? AC, so this is acting downward along the negative y axis. Therefore, in vector form, if you represent, AC is equal to minus 8 j cap is the answer. Okay, na? Because be careful with if they will ask only magnitude up to this enough, but they are asking so vector form also. Next. So question number 21. A person covers 1/3 of the distance with 10 km per hour. The second 1/3 distance with 20 kmph and the rest of 1/3 distance with 60 kmph. What is the average speed amount? For example, if you take this one, this is the first one, s by 3, and this is the second one, s by 3, and this is the third one, s by 3, and this is covers with a velocity v1 and it covers with a velocity so v2, it covers with a velocity system v3, or speed is equal to v3. Therefore, now what? So here to here, this is the O and this is the A and this is the B and this is the C. I will take that for now. That path, the total distance, how much? The total distance, if you take S is divided into 3 equal parts, S by 3, S by 3. Right? Now, so here what is the average speed? What is the average speed? VA is equal to total distance by total time taken. Total distance is S, but the total time is what? They have not given. Therefore, now what? S by 3. Right? So, time formula what? So, speed is equal to what? It is moving with constant speed. V is equal to displacement by time or not. Therefore, from the time is equal to what? Time. T is equal to distance by, so speed in that reason only. Therefore, the first reason what? So, here S by 3 is the distance. V1 is equal to how much? V1 they have given is equal to what? 10. Correct? Therefore, now what? Here, so this we can take S by 3 by 10 I am taking. Therefore, now what? That is the S by 3. What is that is equal to S by 30. Therefore, now VA is equal to, you can take what? S by 3, no? Just wait a moment. Total value, let us take that. Right? S by 2. Total value, let us take that. Therefore, now what? The total time is given by S by, so S1 by V1 plus S2 by V2 plus S3 by V3. This is the point. Therefore, VA is equal to, substitute, you can get the answer. S by, this is what? S by 3. Correct? S by 3 into what? So, V1, therefore 10. Next what? S by 3 into 20 and S by 3 into 60, and if you simplify, so you can get the average volume, because here take the S common. So after taking the S common, simplify it, and mathematically after simplification, so you will get the answer here. Okay, na? So in kilometer per hour only you will get the answer. Okay, so I hope you may solve it, because so here S by 3 into S1 by what? V1, total displacement by total time. Total displacement we have taken S only, and for each part time means what? For the first part, we have to find out the time t1 is equal to how much. For the second part, we have to find out, substitute there and simplify it, you will get the answer for that question. Next. Question number 22. That is a theory point, because direct when two spheres of equal masses undergo glancing elastic collision with one of them at rest, after collision they will move perpendicular to each other. That is a in a two-dimensional collision we can prove it, and that is a theory. And 23 also, that is a direct simple point only we can find out. Now let's go for the 24th question. A motorboat covers the distance between two spots on the river in 8 hours and 12 hours downstream and upstream respectively. The time taken by the motorboat to cover his distance in still water they are asking. Okay, now, so here, right, therefore now here, for example, this is a river, you take it, this is the river, right? So here, the speed of the boat I am taking, this boat, this first point, for example, P you take, and for example, the distance between them I will take what, that is a PQ, P2Q is equal to, so PQ is equal to, I will take the D, or you can take X also, no problem, right? Now, so this is the river speed, river is flowing with what speed, I will take A, and the boat is starting with uniform velocity V nana. So in the downstream means what? Both are moving in the same direction. When both are moving in the same direction, now what you can say, it appears total velocity. So here question number 24, and this is somewhat different question. V plus U is equal to distance by time 8. Okay, let me take equation number 1. And upstream means what? While going, it is called downstream. While coming in opposite direction, it takes more time, and therefore now, so while coming both are in opposite direction, V minus U is equal to D by 12. Right now, let me take, this is the equation number 2. First of all, it is going to Q first, downstream, and coming back. It is going and coming back like this. Therefore now, in that they have given two different times. While going in the downstream, 8 hours it takes to reach P to Q, and while coming back, you are coming in opposite direction. Therefore now what? We have to overcome the flow of the water. Therefore now it takes more time to come from the Q to P. That is how much? 12 hours. So now like that I have taken, because that is a relative velocity concept. So V minus U is equal to D by 12. And if you take, what is the V? V is nothing but what? So velocity of the boat we have taken. Therefore if you add up them, 1 plus 2 if you 2, so you can get, that is equal to 2V is equal to, so D by 8 plus, so D by 12. Right. So finally what you can get now? So 2V is equal to 12D plus 8D. So 8 into 12. Right. Therefore V is equal to what we can get? That is equal to 20D by, this 2 come this side. Therefore 2 into, so 8 into 12. So what answer you can get? That is equal to, so 2 ones are, so 2 tens are. Therefore 10D by, that is 96. Right or not? Therefore, so V is equal to 10D by 96 we got, and again 2 5s are and 2 48s are. Therefore, now we got speed of the boat is equal to 5D by 48. Correct? They are asking what? What is the time taken by the boat in still water? What is the meaning of the still water? For the still water, U is equal to 0. Water is not flowing. Actually, in this case, what? Water is flowing. Right? But in this case, what is the speed? Okay, what is the time taken by the boat to come from P to Q in the still water? U is equal to 0. Therefore, for still water, you can take what? U is equal to 0. Therefore, what is the time? Now, capital T I will take. So, what? Distance travelled by velocity, because only one velocity is there. That velocity is the boat. Therefore, time taken is equal to distance by velocity. Our speed D is equal to D only, and V value how much you got? That is equal to 5D by 48. Finally, D cancel is equal to what? 48 by 5. So, you can solve what? That is so 9.6 hours you will get that. After simplification, you will get what? 9.6 hours. This is solve a different problem, just once you go through it. Next. So 25th, in a hydrogen atom, the electron in the nth excited state, electron is in nth excited state. It comes down to the first excited state by emitting 10 different wavelengths. The value of n they are asking, right? So here there is one formula is there, number of spectral lines emitted formula, that is equal to n2 minus n1 into n2 minus n1 plus 1 by 2. This is the formula for spectral lines emitted when the electron jumping from any higher orbit n2 to lower orbit n1. n1 is the lower orbit, n2 is equal what, higher orbit. They have given what n value only they are asking from what higher orbit is coming, and it is coming to what first excited state. For first excited, what is the ground state? For the ground state, n1 is equal to 1, and for the first excited state means what, n1 is equal to 2, not 1. If you take n1 is equal to 1, it is getting a wrong answer. Therefore, now what? Here the total number of the spectral lines given n, and n2 value I will take n. So, n1 is equal to minus 2, and here what? So, n minus 2 plus 1 by what, So, 2 bring this side. Therefore, 2, and that is equal to 20 is equal to n minus 2 into n minus 2 plus 1, nothing but what? N minus 1. So, 20 is equal to n into n square. So, that is a minus n minus 2n and plus 2. Therefore, finally n square minus 3n. So, come this side minus 18 is equal to 0. This is the quadratic equation. Solve it, we will get the answer. So, n square, that is minus 6n plus 3n minus 18 is equal to 0, and this n into n minus 6 plus 3 into n minus 6 is equal to 0. So, n minus 6 into n plus 3 is equal to 0, n is equal to 6 or n is equal to minus 3. So, this is not considered, n is equal, because it is a positive negative answer, we should not consider, and n is equal to 6 means what? The higher orbit from which the electron is jumping to the second orbit or first excited state is how much? N is equal to 6. So, next question number 27. Question number 27, the diagrammatic question, and 26th, that is model question paper in our material. So, you can go through it. So, it is there in our model question is there in our material, you can go through it. Therefore, now 27 question, an ideal gas goes from A to B via 3 different processes as indicated in the PV diagram. If Q1, Q2, Q3 indicate the heat absorbed by the gas along the 3 processes, and delta U, delta T, delta 3 indicate the change in internal energy along the 3 processes respectively, then what they are asking. So, generally here what? So, the given curve is like this. So, this is the volume and this is the pressure, and so this is the first process, this is the first process, and so this is the second process they have given, right? So, first process, second process, and the third process. But tell me, here to here these points are common, internal energy is the same. Internal energy just depends upon the final and initial points only. For the first process, second process, third process, so the initial and final both are the common. Therefore, now what? The internal energy is the same. Delta U1 plus delta U2, delta U1 is equal to delta U2 is equal to delta U3 is confirmed. Why? Because it depends. The change in internal energy just depends upon the initial and final states only. For the 3 process, so the states are the same. Now, therefore, you can say the change in internal energy 3 processes is the same. First one is okay. Now, according to first law of thermodynamics, delta Q is equal to what? Delta W work done plus delta U. Therefore, here delta U is the same for all processes. Therefore, the amount of the heat absorbed depends upon the amount of the work done. Correct? More is the work done, more is the amount of the heat absorbed, because this does not play any role. Why? Because for all 3 processes, this is the same. Therefore, more is the work done, more is the heat absorbed. But how can you find out the more is the work done? So, more is the area, more is the work done. Therefore, between these 2 points, between these 2 points, if you find out the area, so first process occupies the larger area, means what, we have to shade like this amount. So we have to shade like this. Therefore, the first process occupies the larger area. So more is the area, more is the work done. Therefore, so first process occupies the more area, therefore more work done. Then after second process, last one is what, third process. Therefore, here we can confirm what? So work done in the first process is greater than work done in the second process is greater than work done in the third process. That implies that heat absorbed in the first process greater than heat absorbed in the second process greater than heat absorbed in the third process. That is the answer for that. Okay. So next 29th direct formula and question number 30. Question number 30. The frequency of your tuning fork 4 is tuning fork 4 is, that is not 4 A. A is the 2% more than the frequency of the standing tuning fork. The frequency of the tuning fork B is 3% less than the frequency of the same standard tuning fork. When tuning forks A and B are sounded together 6 beats per second or here, the frequency of the standard tuning forks they are asking. So first of all, I will go for the A. For A, if you take frequency of the A is equal to, they have given F plus 2% extra, means 2 by 100 into what, into F. Because if you take F is the standard tuning fork frequency and this is the frequency of the first one A, therefore now what, they said extra 2%, therefore now what, so after simplification we can get what, 1 by 200 into what, into F, that's it. Now the second one is what, the second one tuning fork frequency is equal to F. So compare with the original, compare with the standard tuning fork, the second tuning fork frequency is the 3% less. Less means we can take a minus, therefore 3 by 100 into F, that is equal to, after simplification, 90C by 100 into F they have given. Therefore, they have given beat frequency. How many? The beat frequency FA minus FB is equal to 6 beats per second. When you are tuning the first tuning fork with the second tuning fork, so there are the forming of 6 beats per second and you substitute there, you are getting the F value. Therefore, now what? So 102 by 100 minus 97 by 100. So here F is the common for that is equal to 6. Therefore, now 102 minus 97 means what? 5 F is equal to 600. Okay, na 100 goes that's it. Therefore, F is equal to how much? F is equal to 600 by 5 ones are and 5 twos are. Therefore, now what? The frequency of the standard tuning fork how much? 120 hertz is the answer for that question. Right now, that is the frequency of the standard tuning fork question. Next, now, so 31 question. Question number 31. Two identical metal plates show photoelectric effect. Light of wavelength lambda A falls on a plate A and lambda B plates on BM. So condition is lambda A is equal to 2 lambda B. So the maximum kinetic energy of the photoelectric are K and K respectively they are asking. First of all, I will go for the, so second one is what? So here the maximum kinetic energy for the B I will take. For the B if you take KB is equal to HC by lambda B minus pi, where pi is the work function. And here one more condition what so they have given lambda A is equal to what? 2 times of lambda A is equal to 2 times of lambda B. I am taking the small letters. Therefore, now here second one is what? Maximum kinetic energy of the A is equal to HC by lambda A minus pi. We are taking that. Now what? Here Ka is equal to HC by, in place of the lambda A, you substitute that value. So 2 into, so lambda B. So what? That is the minus pi. Therefore, here once again, so what we can find out? So here HC by lambda is there, no? Therefore, now what? Ka is equal to 1 by 2 into, this I am writing separate, HC by lambda B minus pi. Therefore, Ka is equal to half into this hc by lambda minus pi come this side. Therefore, now what you can get, this is the A. In this case, you substitute. Therefore, in this case, you have substitute now. Therefore, now what, if you bring this side, so what you can get, that is equal to kb plus pi minus pi. Nothing, so from the hc by lambda, bring the minus pi this side, hc by lambda b is equal to kb plus pi. Therefore, after simplification, you can get the answer ka is equal to kb by 2 minus pi by 2. Right now, this is the 1 by 2. Therefore, kb is equal to minus pi by 2. And you see, so if this is what kb by 2, from the kb by 2, you are deleting something. Means what? So, the kinetic energy of A is so greater than kinetic energy of, so half of the kinetic energy of the B. Therefore, this is the correct one. If it is a plus, kb by 2 plus pi by 2, the kinetic energy of A is greater than half of the kinetic energy of the B. Okay, so there is a mathematical procedure we can follow like this. Next what? Sorry, here minus, no, less than. Less than we can say, because it is a minus, no. So I thought it is a plus. Therefore, if it is a plus, we can say greater, and it is a minus means what? kb by 2. From the kb by 2, we are deleting something. Therefore, now what? Ka less than. Therefore, now. So, question number 32. So, question number 32 is, they have given what? The EMF. E is equal to 4 cos 1000 t. 4 cos 1000 t. Therefore, now what? In place of the omega is there. So, that is the 1000 radian per second. And the radius resistance what they have given? Resistance is equal to 4 ohm, and XL value is equal to L omega. So, L value 3 into 10 power minus 3. So, into 1000. Therefore, that is equal to what? 3 ohms they have given, because the inductance value 3 millihenry they have given. Now, they are asking what? Amplitude in the current circuit. What is the amplitude beta? Therefore, now what? Amplitude is equal formula what? So, I is equal to, I naught is equal to E naught by Z. Therefore, E naught, so by Z value is to, that is equal to R square plus XL square. So, E naught value they have given 4, and this is a R square plus X square, 4 square plus 3 square, that is equal what? It is equal to, so 25, 5. Therefore, 4 by 5 is equal to 0.8. So, 0.8 amperes. That's it. Therefore, that is the current, peak current in the circuit. Right? So, next 33 direct question better, because that is according to Newton's law for the lenses. Therefore, F is equal to root over xy, and that in place of the f square you substitute that xy cancel is equal to 1. And 34. Question number 34. So, here what? A particle executes simple harmonic motion of type x is equal to a sin omega t. It takes time t1 from traveling x is equal to 0 to x is equal to a by 2. They have given what? Now, x is equal to a sin omega t they are using. Right? X is equal to a sin omega t they are using. And first, for from where to where? From x is equal to 0 to x is equal to a by 2. Therefore, in place of the x you write a by 2. Therefore, a by 2 is equal to a sin, right? No. Therefore, now what I am taking that, it is omega. So, into what? T1. Therefore, now a cancel, that is equal to 1 by 2 sin omega T1. Therefore, sin will come what? It is equal to, so sin 30 degrees, right? Na? Sin 30, sin cancel. Therefore, omega T1 is equal to 30. We can write pi by 6, and T1 is equal to pi by 6 omega. This is equation number 1 togori. Next what? From x is equal to a by 2. So, x is equal to a by 2, x is equal to a. But in the middle we should not take, direct starting only. Therefore, I will take for the total time system, for the total time. For total time I am taking that. For the total x is equal to a, and the total time t is equal to first time plus second time. Therefore, now in this case what? A is equal to a sin omega T1 plus T2 we have to take, therefore A cancel. So what, that is equal to 1, so right now x is equal to A only, no? Yes, x is equal to A, therefore 1 will come, therefore now what, sine of omega, so into what, omega T1 plus T2 is equal to pi by 2, because sine 90 is equal to 1, and after simplification what am I, that is equal to, sorry, this is a sine pi by 2, right, sine cancel, omega into T1 plus T2 is equal to pi by 2, right, therefore now T1 plus T2 is equal to pi by 2 omega, equation number 2. If you simplify the equation number 2 and 1, so take the ratio, so T1 is equal to T1 plus T2 is equal to pi by 2 pi, and you take the ratio, after taking the ratio you can find out the, so T1 by T2 or T2 by T1, simple ratio only. Next 35 is direct question, that is a direct formula, not need to explain, and 36 is question number 36 is this is the output they are asking. First of all, if you take this is the A and this is the B, and after coming out, because this is the NOT gate, now the first input is what, A dash, and if it is a B, therefore now this is input of what, B dash, correct or not? Now once again what, so this is acting as what, so that is equal to, so what, after coming out it is the AND gate, no, therefore now what, so after coming we can get what, so A bar plus so A dash B dash whole bar, correct? Because you see, first input is A, second input is B. If this circle is not there, so we can say what, this one only, na, therefore now what, so A bar plus B bar, that is the OR gate only, but what, so this is indicating that it is the opposite, therefore now opposite to OR gate. But according to Boolean algebra, A bar plus A dash, A bar B bar is equal to what, that you can say A bar bar dot B bar bar, that is equal to what, A bar whole bar is equal to A and B, therefore A and B is what, that is equal to AND gate answer, okay. Therefore now question number 38, 37 statement question, theory question. Let's go for the question number 37. The circuit has two oppositely connected ideal diodes in parallel. What is the current flowing in the circuit? So the upside branch, the diode is in the reversed bias. When it is in the reversed bias, there is no current. When there is no current, therefore now what? Current in the circuit is given by I is equal to V by R, and the battery voltage they have given 12, and in this down circle 3 ohm is there, 4 ohm is there. Besides of the diode D1, 3 ohm resistor is connected. So besides of the battery 4 ohm, therefore both are in the series, therefore total answer is 7, and after simplification you will get 1.7 or 1.71 ampere, simple case only. And diode D2 is in reverse bias. So when a diode is in reverse bias, so we can say that applies a lot of resistance, therefore now the current through the D2 can be neglected. Next is equal to, if the distance between the first maxima and fifth minima of double slit pattern is 7 mm and slits are separated by a 0.15 mm with the screen 50 centimeter away from the slits, then the wavelength of the light used they are asking. So for the bright bond, so this is what I am taking is, this is the 39 for the bright bond. So Yn is equal to n lambda d by d, and for that dark bond, this is for the brighten, this is for the bright, and for the dark that is given by 2n minus 1 lambda d by 2d, right. This is for the dark bond. This is for the dark band formation, bright band and dark band formation. Now they have given what so first one, for the first one is what now, for the first one means first maximum is equal to 1 into lambda d by d, that is equal to lambda d by d only. For the fifth minimum, yes, they have given what fifth minimum, y5 is equal to 2n minus 1, 2 into 5, so 10, nothing but 9 by 2 lambda, so d by, so what, that is a dm. Therefore, the difference between them means what, y5 minus y1 is equal to, they have given what, 7 millimeters. Just to take the separation, because the separation between them, they have given 7 mm, and that is given by y5. y5 value how much? So 9 by 2 minus 1. So into what? Lambda d by, so d is the common, is equal to 7 into 10 power minus 3, and therefore now what? That is 7 by 2. Okay. So that is correct. 9 by 2 minus 1. There, yes. Therefore now what? 7 by 2 into lambda d by d is equal to 7 into 10 power minus 3. So just d value given, small d value given, and lambda value, we can find out the answer from this one. Okay. Next. Let's go for the question number 40. Question number 40 is a vertical circular motion. So at the top of the circle, that is become, use the formula T is equal to mg minus mv square cos mg by cos theta formula. Therefore from that formula you can find out. So at the top only we can get the tension. At bottom you can't get the answer. At the bottom tension is more. At the top only tension is less, and 6 Newton and one more extra value you will get, and therefore at the 6 Newton is possible only at the bottom. And 41 So 41, so direct, that is the adiabatic process, right? No? So two different adiabatic parts for the same gas intersect two isotherms at T1 and T2 as shown PV diagram. Then the ratio of VA by VB they are asking. Okay, let us solve it. So first of all, from B to C, let us say that. So this is the 41. Let us see last question. And so B to C, if you see it, B to C. B to C is what? That is the adiabatic expansion. So in the adiabatic expansion formula, what that is equal to T1, because at the B what volume is VB, and what? So gamma minus 1 is equal to at the T2, and at the C what is the volume? We see gamma minus 1. Let me take equation number 1. Right now, in the B to C, the process is going from B to C. At the B, the temperature means A to B. At the A, temperature is T1. At the B also temperature is T1. And at the D, temperature is T2. At the C also temperature is T2. Please see the diagram carefully. Now, for the first one. Second one is what? A to D. If you go through A to D, if you see, right, A to D, so what? At the A, the temperature is T1, and at the A, the volume is VA, again gamma minus 1 is equal to, and at the D, the temperature is T2, and volume is VD, so gamma minus 1, this is equation number 2. Just nothing, divide. After dividing, so T1, T1 and T2, T2 cancel, and gamma minus 1 cancel. So after simplification, we will get the answer. VB by VA is equal to VC by VD, and you arrange them properly, you will get a VA by VB. VA by V is equal to what here? VB by VA is equal to VC by VD. Therefore, VA by VB is equal to VD by VC is the correct answer. 42 direct. You can count number of nodes and number of anti-nodes. And so 43 question. If an object of mass 1 kg contains 4 into 10 power atoms, if one electron is removed from the energy of atoms of the solid, then the charge gained is. So that is the simple question. And the next last one, 45. Consider a beam of electrons incident on a metal surface kept in an evacuated chamber then. It is somewhat thinkable question. See, consider a beam of electrons, each electron with energy E0, incident on a metal surface kept in an evacuated chamber. Generally, in the photoelectric effect, what we learnt, so when the light energy of the suitable frequency is incident on a metal surface, electrons will be emitted. But there is a secondary emission. What is the meaning of secondary emission? When you are projecting a high energetic electron beam onto any metal surface, from that surface also electrons will be emitted. Therefore, by sending high energetic electrons onto the surface of the metal, so we are so removing the electron from the metal surface, that phenomena is called the secondary emission. In the secondary emission also, the electron which are coming out of the metal surface will have the maximum energy is the E naught, which is the energy of the electron which is striking the metal surface. Therefore, now what? Electrons can be emitted with any energy with a maximum of E naught, 0 to E naught. Okay. So, this is the third question paper, and let us discuss tomorrow with another paper. Thank you.